This is Komet Hockey, TV 33's exclusive live coverage of the International Hockey League Turner Cup Finals, featuring the Fort Wayne Komets versus the San Diego Gulls.
1972-73, the Komets steamrolled through the playoffs, winning their third Turner Cup championship. There were no IHL All-Stars on that team. They were a hard-working, tight-knit bunch, led by the goaltending of Robbie Irons, the defense of Terry Pembroke and Cal Purinton, and the scoring of Wayne Ego, Jim Rychuk, Brian Walker, and Dean Sharametta. Like those last Cup winners, members of this year's Komets were passed over for All-Star recognition, but they're a playoff team possessed. The sensational goaltending of Pokey Reddick has led the Komets to 11 straight postseason wins. And this overtime goal by Scott Brule put the K's just one victory away from quenching a 20-year Turner Cup thirst. Tonight, the Komets will try to finish off San Diego and complete their perfect playoff run. It's all coming up here on TV 33. And it is a jam-packed Memorial Coliseum. 8,103 strong, wearing orange and black, have filled the jungle tonight, looking for their Fort Wayne Komets to complete their 20-year thirst for the Turner Cup. The Komets going for their third consecutive sweep here in the postseason, and oh, so sweet this would be. If the Komets win tonight, they'll close out a perfect postseason run. It would be 12-0, only the second team ever in the history of minor league hockey to turn that trick. The Hershey Bears did it back in the late 80s of the American Hockey League. And of course, the Komets are trying to do it against the team that won 62 regular season games. They were the cream of the crop of the IHL during regular season play, the San Diego Gulls. The Komets did not beat San Diego in 5 tries in the regular season, but this is typical of what it's like when you get into postseason play. When it's playoff time, it is indeed the second season. The Komets have rolled by the Gulls, winning the first 3 games by the scores of 7-1, 5-1, and then that thrilling overtime victory Wednesday night here at the Coliseum. Scotty Gruel scored the overtime goal. The wily veteran with that snapshot off the pipe some 11 minutes into the extra period, giving the Komets the 3-2 victory and putting them in position where they are just one victory away from sipping champagne from the Turner Cup. I'm Kent Horman, delighted to bring you here all the live action from the Coliseum, and I'm about to be joined by one of the Komets walking wounded. He just joined us here in the press box. That's because you can't keep him off the ice, even though he's got the sore shoulder. Bobby J skated a pregame warm-up. And Bob, hey, it's good to have you up here, but you still had to get as close as you could.
Yeah, you know, just trying to get a bit of the feeling down there and see how exciting it is down the ice, and it was a great feeling for me to have Al let me warm up with the boys.
You know, the attitude all along ever since the postseason began, one at a time, one shift at a time, one period at a time. That's the way it's been. You know, talking to the guys after Wednesday, it was, well, we've won 11 in a row, but we haven't won anything yet. There's one more to go. That'll be the hardest. What's the atmosphere in the locker room right now?
Well, it's just unbelievable right now how intense everybody is and excited to get this game going. Most of the guys couldn't wait for warm-up. They just said, let's just start this thing right now and get it rolling, and we're ready to play as well as we can play, I think.
Now, the boys were just a little bit tight coming out Wednesday. Of course, that fluke goal the first 33 seconds into the game, but they looked very tight the first 5 minutes or so. Think they'll come out strong tonight?
I think we'll come out a lot better because one of the things Al stressed was we don't have to play pretty at home. You know, we're successful on the road because we do the right things, the easy plays. At home, sometimes we might try to make a pretty pass. So tonight, look for us to play a little more cautious defensively and just make the easy plays.
We're introducing the lineups right now. Pokey Reddick, the starting goal. Let's join PA announcer Jim Amstutz.
And number 17, J.M. John Mark Richard. At left wing, number 8, Ian Boyce. At right wing, number 15, Peter Hankinson. At center, number 21, Lee Harley Davidson. The equipment manager, Kurt Skinner. The trainer, Joe Franke. Assistant, Claude Noel. Associate coach, Derek Ray. And the coach of the Komets, Al Sims. Ladies and gentlemen, the national anthems, played by Jack Lose, sung by Tom "The Puck Stops Here" Didier.
And we'll be back to start Game 4 of the Turner Cup Finals after this.
Get your 1993-94 Comet Hockey season ticket information at the Comet office or the Coliseum ticket office starting tomorrow. Don't miss out on the 93-94 season of Comet Hockey action. Comet Hockey, the hottest ticket in town.
Superior Auto, where zero down delivers. When other car dealers have turned you down, turn to the auto dealer you can count on. Superior Auto, Northeast Indiana's largest used car dealer, can put you in the car you want at a price you can afford. Simple financing, same-day credit approval, 4 easy payment plans available, and zero down can deliver you a hassle-free Superior used car deal. Buy today, drive today, only at Superior Auto, where zero down delivers. Fort Wayne, Angola, Decatur, Kendallville, Kokomo, and Warsaw.
I danced with the Fräuleins in Berlin. Flirted with the ladies in Paris. And if I had to do it all over again, I would only have done one more thing. I would have got me that Harley Davidson.
Don't wait. Get your new Harley today at Ellerding Harley Davidson.
Recently, an object was sighted.
It was big. Bigger than big.
Huge, huge, large, astronomically big.
Big would be an understatement.
Very big. Huge.
Some guy. Big. Huge.
When it arrives, you better not be alone. Bigfoot.
Pizza Hut.
From Pizza Hut. 2 square feet of pizza. 21 slices on a tasty new crust. $10.99 for up to 3 toppings. It's bigger than pizza. Bigfoot from Pizza Hut. A legendary value.
Just about ready to go. Over 8,100 broom-waving maniacs have packed the Coliseum tonight, and they hope they are seeing the final game of the International Hockey League season tonight. It's been since 1965 since the Fort Wayne Komets have skated around with the Turner Cup after winning the playoffs on their home ice. Of course, the Komets going for their first Cup championship in 20 years. That storied 72-73 team and so many similarities with this year's club. No All-Stars, but when it came playoff time, they all pushed themselves above and beyond, led by the fantastic goaltending of Pokey Reddick, tenacious, tight-checking defense, and balanced, timely scoring. And Bob, this team, ever since they teed it up against Cleveland in Game 1, has just done everything right. I think the best word for this team has been sacrifice. Everybody has done to their ultimate limit what they've had to do.
Well, that's something you need to make a good team. You know, you need everybody paying the price. When you look next to each other, you got guys paying the price for each other.
Referee Stephen Walcom drops the puck at center ice between Lee Davidson and Hubie McDonough. We're underway. Jean-Marc Richard tries to dump the pass into the zone. That carries over the glass, and we'll have a face-off. Again, the starting lineups: Clint Malarchuk in goal for San Diego. On defense, Don McSween, Dale DeGray. The center, Hubie McDonough. He's flanked by John Anderson and Daniel Shank. For the Komets, the line, Ian Boyce, Peter Hankinson, Lee Davidson. On defense, Kerry Lusick and Jean-Marc Richard. And, of course, the stellar Pokey Reddick in goal tonight. Davidson draws it back to Richard. He's bumped off the play by Shank. Now at neutral ice, Lusick over the red line, off the boards, Davidson. He lets it fly. Blocker save and offside.
I think we got a high stick, Kent. I believe it's on Kerry Lusick.
Well, Stephen Walcom does not hesitate to blow the whistle. He said he would call him as he sees him, in just 14 seconds into the game. Kerry Lusick goes off with a high stick.
He refereed Game 1 out in San Diego, and he made it clear right away that he was going to call all high sticking penalties and high elbows up around the head area. Kerry dumped that puck in, Shank came over to finish him with a check, and Louis got his stick up a bit.
Well, we talked earlier, the team came out a little tight the first 4 or 5 minutes Wednesday. They're going to have to really suck it up right off the bat here, killing off a San Diego power play just 14 seconds into period 1. Boyce on the draw with McDonough. Now Shank tries to control DeGray back cross ice to McSween. McSween takes it back behind his goal to start the rush. Now center ice, McSween fires it into the corner. Reddick lets it go behind the goal. Anderson battles along the boards. Wilkie tries to poke it away. Now John Anderson, the former Comet, quick shot from the point by McSween, deflected to the corner. Now it's Hubie McDonough. McDonough back to DeGray at the point. Cross ice to McSween. McSween hounded by Boyce. Back around the goal, behind the net Anderson. McDonough with a quick shot off the pads of Reddick. Comets try and clear but can't. McDonough controls again. DeGray keeps it in. John Anderson dumps it back for Daniel Shank. Hubie McDonough behind the goal. Now Shank, top of the circle, tries to tee it up. McSween dumped back into the Comet corner. Good defensive pressure by the Comets. Bob Wilkie picks out a spot and clears it the length of the rink.
Great play by Wilkie. Kept his poise there, just turned around, saw no one on him, and took his time and iced it.
Less than a minute left in the Gulls power play. McSween again starts the rush over center ice. This will be icing if the Comets can make the first touch. Dupuis skates by the puck. San Diego controls. Centering pass just to the side of the net. Now centered. Lambert, it's off a player. Oh, Reddick makes a great sprawling save in front. The Comets dodge a huge bullet. Dave Smith tries to clear, but Gulls keep it in. Now McSween, who's logged a lot of ice time. Hodge, that's off the stick of Richard. Reddick covers up. And there'll be a whistle and a face-off. And again, here comes the rough stuff. The Gulls try and get the little extra shot in on Pokey.
There was a big screen in front. Pokey went down, and the puck just hit him and sat in front of him. And as he tied it up, Danny Lambert came in and tried to poke it free. And the Comets D didn't take too good exception to that. JM goes down, gets a piece of it, and it trickles in. Pokey ties it up, and here comes Lambert. We're going to try and protect Pokey tonight at all costs.
18-18 to go here in the opening period. Game 4 of the Turner Cup Finals. 32 seconds remain in the San Diego power play. Kent Horman and Comet defenseman Bobby J bringing you all the action live here on TV 33. Delighted you could join us tonight if you weren't one of the fortunate ones to get a ticket to this game. They are standing all along the aisles here at the Coliseum. Now on the draw, Gulls control. Quick shot from the point. Pad save, Reddick. Here's Scott Arneal, rebound. Oh, another tremendous save by Reddick with the glove. Scott Arneal right on the doorstep. Now here's Dave Smith breaking down the wing. Tries to center. That's off the skate of Ferner. Mark Ferner turns it back up ice. Great poke check by Dave Smith. Smith goes in hard along with Lindy Ruff. Now Smith tying up along the boards. He's worked on by Ruff and Ferner. Dave Smith doing a great job of forechecking, and the Comets have choked off the San Diego power play, their even strength. Lindy Ruff dumps it into the Comet corner. Hodge tries to go in and play along with Arneal. Now the Comets try and turn it back up. Flipped out by Kelly Hurd. Lindy Ruff, one of the NHL veterans on this San Diego team. Cleared into the Comet zone. Gulls will make a change, and here come the Comets. Jean-Marc Richard ahead to Igor Chibarev, the leading scorer in the playoffs. That's too strong for Igor's stick. They go into the corner, and it's icing against the Comets. First touch ruled by San Diego. 17-17 left here in period 1. We're scoreless. This is the Turner Cup Finals on TV 33.
How is it to drive? It's like a spaceship, like a jet. You just like take off. It's kind of like the Batmobile.
Definitely like to take it for a drive. Check.
It handles really well.
The Storm's really fun to drive, a lot of control.
It's got to be a relationship with a car, I guess. Check. You have to get something that you can afford. Woo! That's reasonable.
You get $400 off this car if I'm a first-time buyer or a college graduate.
Check. 1, 2.
Storm.
From your
Northeast Indiana
Chevy Geo dealer.
Off the face, off the quick shot, Pokey Reddick again puts out the big leg and kicks it aside. So far, the Gulls have dominated the early going, out shooting the K 6-0. Another drive from the point. That's tipped and goes over the goal. Igor Chibarev works along the boards. He takes the hit from Anderson. Now Bob Wilkie gets by Chapdelaine. Good pass, but it's off the skate of Kelly Hurd. Now again, the Gulls in the Comet zone, putting on the pressure. Harry Anderson takes the hit from Kevin McDonald. Wilkie clears it out front, but back to the point it goes. Suric with a quick drive. Pokey kicks it out. Rebound. Oh, it just slides by. Kevin McDonald Gould with a heavy hit against Perry Anderson. Again, San Diego crashes the net.
Fort Wayne's doing a great job of protecting Pokey there. That kid, Chapdelaine, came in pretty hard to the net, and Bobby Wilkie cleared him right out before he got a chance to take a poke at the puck. San Diego's really put a lot of pressure on us early, including the power play.
Well, Bobby, one of the lineup changes that I see that San Diego made with Perry Anderson in the lineup tonight. Again, here's a huge save by Pokey in front as they storm the net.
Larry Floyd's a good goal scorer, and he's pretty calm around the front of the net. He was being bothered, but he turned out on his forehand, and Pokey was right on his angle for the save. Some great saves early for Poke.
16:36 to go here in period 1. Game 4 of the Turner Cup Finals. The Komets trying to go for their 3rd consecutive sweep, which would tie an all-time minor league hockey record. San Diego has outshot the Komets here in the early going 7-0. Scotty Gruel just clears it along the boards into neutral ice. Now Joel Savage on the pursuit. Gruel takes the high hit from Shank, dumps it into the San Diego zone. Left behind for Dale DeGray. Now DeGray tries to feed the long pass up ice. The touch behind the net, whistle. That'll be an offside pass against the Gulls, and the faceoff will come back into the San Diego zone.
That was a smart play by Grant Richardson. He just let it go, so it'll be a two-line offside pass.
And it looks like Dale DeGray is going to go to the penalty box. Well, here comes all the funny stuff, Bobby. You know, they were doing it ever since game 1. You got guys like Shank and DeGray who are quality players. These are the top scorers. Shank was their leading scorer. DeGray was the leading scoring defenseman in the IHL this year, and they've completely lost their cool ever since the opening faceoff.
I mean, they're both good players, obviously, with the numbers they put up this year, but it just still, I can't understand why they would be so undisciplined in the finals, especially after what it did to them in game 1. The penalties they took all night continue to hurt them, and it seems to me that they're going to start doing that tonight. Hopefully Walken, for the Fort Wayne sake, will stop calling that stuff.
The Komets go to work on the power play for the first time tonight. 16:14 to go, opening period. We're scoreless. The Komets trying to complete a sweep for their first Turner Cup in 20 years here in front of a jam-packed jungle. What a moment that would be. And we're going to bring it all to you here live on TV 33 every moment.
Kent, the first 8 or 10 minutes of a game like this, they usually play just on emotion, and it's kind of scrambly. As the players go on, they'll settle down and get into a groove and just start playing hockey. Right now, it's pretty much going on emotion for both sides.
Sylvain Couturier on the draw with Hubie McDonough. Couturier, the late addition for the finals after finishing up at Adirondack of the American Hockey League, and he has been a factor. Shot on goal cleared away by McSween. Now it's Lindy Ruff into the neutral zone, just feathers the puck into the Comet corner. McDonough steps into Bob Wilkie. Now Gruel tries to take McDonough off the play. Hubie McDonough, though, controlling the puck, and the Komets have the man advantage. Now it's Couturier trying to break away with the puck, with McDonough back checks for the Gulls. Ooh, cross ice pass to McSween, and McSween dumps it length of the rink. And that gets into the paying customers, so we'll have a face-off in the San Diego zone. You know, Bob, we talked about how the Komets, of course, you have to be sky high. 16 straight wins, 11 in a row in the postseason. You know it's this close, but you have to get that last one, which is toughest. What's the mindset if you're the San Diego Gulls?
Well, they told the papers today that the pressure's on us because they have nothing to lose and just go out and play, but I don't really buy that. We're up 3-0. Obviously, we want that 4th game bad, but the pressure's squarely on them as far as we're concerned. So we're just trying to play loose and said, let's go out and play. They have to beat us 2 nights at home here and then go out and beat us 2 at their rink. So we're pretty loose right now and just pretty confident.
Well, and no team in the history of the Turner Cup playoffs has ever come back from a 3-0 deficit in the finals, so you have to like the Komets' chances, but they still have to get it done on the ice. Minute and a half to go in the Komet power play. Pass too strong for Wilkie, just tipped away by Hubie McDonough back into the Komet zone. Jean-Marc Richard, he's pursued by Scott Arneal. Arneal tries to wrap him up. Richard skates away, though. Pass ahead too strong into the neutral zone. Now Wilkie collects the puck at his own blue line, circles, and starts another Komet rush. Across to Richard. Richard ahead to Igor Chibarev, the leading scorer in the Turner Cup playoffs. His pass for Smith gets by Dave, and that again is dumped the length of the rink. Reddick feeds it up ahead to the Komet blue line. Richard hits a breaking Paul Willett. Willett gets the puck tangled in his skates, and McSween tries to clear, hits Richard the side of the head. It'll be a delayed offside in the Komets, and Larry Floyd controls the puck for San Diego. Fires at the length of the rink, gloved by Reddick, and the Komets will start again with 38 seconds left in the power play. Grant Richardson behind his own goal. Pass a little strong for Hurd, controlled by Gruhl now. Gruhl to Richardson. Richardson carries into the zone, dumps it behind the San Diego goal. Gruhl chases along with Floyd. Oh, puck comes out front. Smith has it in his skates behind the goal. Smith tries to center. That's blocked. Dave Smith still with the puck. To the point, Kelly Hurd. Hurd shot goes into the shin pads of Larry Floyd, and it's cleared to center ice. 8 seconds left in the Komet power play. Maybe one more rush. Gruhl, and that'll be an offside pass.
Good play by Larry Floyd there. He pressured Kelly Hurd on the point. Hurd just tried to throw it on the net and hit Floyd, and the shin pad went out of the zone.
14-19 left in period one. We're scoreless. We'll be back on TV 33's Turner Cup coverage.
Come get it. You've grown a foot since yesterday. Good shot.
Ah, thanks, Mom.
Now, how about a real game of ball?
Back at the Coliseum, scoreless first period, 14 minutes to go. The Komets have the puck at central ice. Both teams now at even strength. Ian Boyce dumps the puck in. It gets on goal. Malarchuk steers it away. Ferner slips the check of Boyce, still controls the puck. Now it's Ferner. Pass to Ken Hodge, but he was astride over the blue line for a San Diego offside.
San Diego's much more aggressive offensively tonight. Their defensemen are carrying the puck more and trying to press our zone and get some more offense on Pokey.
You know, one of the things, Bob, I know when the Komets played them early in the regular season and had so much trouble with them, it seemed like the San Diego defensemen were so awesome. They were standing people up at the red line, let alone their own blue line. And I don't know if it's the course of 82 regular season games, now a bunch of playoff games, where with some of these guys in their early 30s, if maybe that's taken the toll on the legs, but it seems like a little different hockey club than was tearing up this league earlier in the year.
Yeah, it is, Ken. A lot of it's confidence, too. You know, when things are going great, you're so confident, you feel you can stand anyone up and make any play. And when things start getting a little rough, sometimes your confidence goes down a bit.
Dale DeGray feeds the pass ahead to Daniel Shank. He takes the body check by Gruhl, dumped back in now by Guy Dupuis. Gruhl chases the puck. Malarchuk comes out to play it. Now Malarchuk tries to leave it behind the goal. Intercepted along the boards by Savage. He takes the hit from Ruff. Good forechecking by the Komets. Gruhl ties up McDonough. Now it's Smith. Puck comes through some legs. Right at the side of the net. Malarchuk jumps out to take the face off. A little bit of pressure by the Komets. Had San Diego running around a bit in their own end.
That was the best pressure we've had yet, as far as not many shots on net, but Joel Savage, Dave Smith, and Scotty Gruhl, all three were forechecking quite well behind the net and had a bit of a chance there right at the corner.
13:22 left here in the opening period. We're scoreless. Game 4 of the Turner Cup Finals. The Komets and San Diego Gulls. Kent Horman along with injured defenseman Bobby J. bring you all the live action here from the Coliseum. Paul Willett on the face-off against the Gulls. Ken Hodge. He started his career in the IHL out with Kalamazoo, and he's toiled with some of the NHL teams. Now finds himself back in the eye with San Diego. Shot by Richardson, whistles wide. The Komets trying to keep the pressure on, cleared to center ice. Now Richardson, Chibarev tries to leave the puck, but is picked off at center ice. Here come the Gulls. Tony McKegney, another guy with NHL experience, and it's a good shot by DeGray, and the blocker saved by Reddick. A drive and a goal!
Good shot by Lindy Ruff. I'm not sure if it went short side or right through the 5-hole, but Igor tried to clear it. DeGray kept it in, got a good shot on net, and Lindy Ruff picked up the rebound.
DeGray took the first shot. Reddick with the blocker save, but the rebound came out to the face-off circle. Lindy Ruff let the one-timer go, and it beat Reddick, and San Diego's drawing first blood, 1-0 Gulls.
San Diego goal.
Pokey's in good position right here. I think it beat him short side. He had a good angle on it. It was wobbling when Lindy Ruff shot it, and it might have sunk a little bit.
7:01. Gulls goal scored by 3 Ruff.
The goal comes at the 7:01 mark of period 1. Lindy Ruff scores his first goal of the playoffs. The assists go to Dale DeGray and Tony McKegney. Again, the quick slap shot beats Pokey Reddick to the short side, and San Diego leads at 1-0. Now here come the Gulls again. The quick shot kicked out by Reddick.
Another defenseman up with the play on that play.
Komets being pinched into their own end. It's Arneal putting the pressure on Ian Boyce. Now Lusick behind his own goal. Doug Smale knocks him down and takes over with the puck. Here's Doug Smale behind the net. He tries to center. Lusick comes back and bounces it into the corner, but the Komets are being bottled up in their own end. Davidson takes his man off the play. Arneal tries the shot. That goes off a player. McSween chases it down and keeps it in the Komets zone. Lusick tries to clear and does. And the Komets take the pressure off. So far, San Diego has outshot the Komets here through the first 8 minutes, 11-1. Big body check by Joel Savage. But here come the Gulls again, putting the pressure on the Komets in their own end. Richardson passes to Wilkie, then avoids the body check. Now here comes Bob Wilkie, avoids another check. Couturier goes into the corner, ridden off the play, a little bit of an elbow by DeGray. Gruel. Scotty Gruel, but he loses the puck to Mark Ferner. Now along the boards. Here come the Gulls breaking out 3-on-2. DeGray stops over the blue line. Quick pass, a little too strong for McDonough. Chapdelaine tries to keep it alive. There's the quick drive. Oh, great save by Reddick. Lambert wound it up. Reddick came way out of his goal to cover it up. And again, the Gulls try and take the extra shot at Pokey when he comes out of the net. Big save by Reddick.
Pokey's been aggressive all playoff, challenging shooters. He just feels like his best is better than anyone else's best in this league. So if a shooter walks in off the wall like this, Pokey just says, I'm going to come out and challenge you, and you have to beat me. That's what he did there and made a great save. As soon as he sees Lambert winding up to shoot, Pokey just skates right at him and challenges him.
15 nailed the frame.
Some goalies might have a problem doing that because if the shooter fakes and walks wide, the goalie can't recover. But Pokey's such a good skater, he's allowed to stay on his feet and then walk across with the shooter.
The Komets have just picked up another break after that play. Dale DeGray must have been doing some yapping because he goes into the penalty box for his second consecutive unsportsmanlike conduct penalty. That puts the Komets back on the power play. And again, Bob, we talked about it earlier. I can't believe a team with this caliber and has this much talent has lost its cool to this degree in the playoffs.
Especially under a coach like Rick Dudley. He's a strong disciplinarian, and you think he wouldn't allow his players to get away with that stuff, but it seems to be the same few players continuously doing it. And I know when some players on our team take penalties, you know, you get a bit frustrated at them, and I'm sure guys like McDonough and John Henderson and Scott Arneal might be getting frustrated with the guys like Shank and Dale DeGray and Denny Lambert.
The Komets will go to work on the power play. Dave Smith to face it off in his own end against Hubie McDonough. Jean-Marc Richard controls behind his own goal. The Komets will try and set up the rush. They've been outshot 12-1. They need to get some shots on goal to see if they can even this thing up. High shot goes off the glass, collected by Smith, but he's without a stick, works it with his feet. Chibarev tries to keep it alive. Now it's Richard along the boards. He takes a high hit. Chibarev in front, back to the point. Richard to Wilkie, the one-timer. Score!
What a beautiful shot by Bob Wilkie.
Bob Wilkie let a bullet fly from the point on the one-timer. Just 29 seconds into the power play. A blistering drive, whistles into the net. We'll have to see. I think it was tipped in by Paul Willett, Bobby, which would be his 5th goal of the playoffs. What a beautiful play.
What great work down low by Dave Smith. Kicked it back to Igor. Igor threw it back to John Mark, and John Mark slid it over to Bob Wilkie for a one-timer. That's a hard shot to take from that long a pass, and he got good wood on it top shelf. I'm not sure if Willie got a piece of it or not.
Well, it looked like we heard some lumber there in front of the goal. Here's the announcement. Willett does get the goal on the tip in front. Wilkie will have an assist. And the second assist goes to Jean-Marc Richard. We are even up at 1-1 here. 10.5 minutes left in the opening period. Now Kevin McDonald gives chase in his own zone. Lusick takes his man off the play. Now back to center ice. Chapdelaine just dumps it into the Komet zone. This will be icing. The touch is made by Kerry Lusick. Icing on the Gulls. 10-12 left in the opening period. 1-1. We'll be back.
To air condition your home, but you have no ductwork. A Unico system, and Dock Dancer solves the problem. Unico air conditioning systems are perfect for homes with electric, hot water, or steam heat, and can easily be installed with virtually no changes to your home. All you see are a few 2-inch air outlets in your ceiling, but what you feel is total comfort of cool, dry, draft-free air. Call Dock Dancer in Fort Wayne, Decatur, and Huntington for a no-cost analysis of your requirements.
Komets control the puck in the San Diego zone. Guy Dupuis tries the quick shot just wide. Now Gulls try to break out. QB McDonough, a shifty center for the Gulls, who was called up to the National Hockey League at midseason. Now back with the Gulls for the playoffs. High shot dumped into the San Diego zone. Oh, Savage is pulled down. Should have been an interference call against Lindy Ruff. No call made. Shank with the quick pass ahead to McDonough. Dupuis tries to take McDonough off the play. Now Shank controls. Daniel Shank. Quick pass across for Anderson. He's taken off the play. Now Gruel taken away by Shank again. Here's Scotty Gruel, the hero of Game 3. Gets it out of the Komets zone, and again Daniel Shank takes over at center ice. Now John Anderson. He lets the shot go. Pokey Reddick covers up. There'll be a face-off in the Komets zone. 9:21 left here in the opening period. 1-1.
I'll tell you, Kent, there was at least two calls that could have been made there, that shift, both by Lindy Ruff. Scotty Gruel flipped the puck high in the air. Lindy Ruff lost it. Joel Savage skated around him, and he hooked him right down as he was going to the loose puck.
Yeah, it doesn't get much more obvious than that. When you have a guy that's that far away from the puck, take your pick, interference, hooking, anything.
And when the puck's in the same area, the referee has to be seeing it because he's not looking away, so he's watching the puck, and it's right next to the puck. It should be called.
Now San Diego tries to control in the Komets zone. Paul Willett dumps it ahead, tipped out by Kelly Hurd. Igor Chibarev trying to break in on Cernich. Here's Igor. Stops, quick move. Igor tries to center, no one home, and taken over by McSweet. Two Gulls collide, they go down. Kept in by Willett. Willett again dumps it toward the goal. Tried to clear out by Cernich. Hurd avoids the check by Chapdelaine. Behind the net, Malarchuk tries to play. Lambert goes for the clear. Kept in at the point by Lucic. And here comes Denny Lambert up ice. Hounded by Kelly Hurd. Now the puck into the Komets zone. Lucic goes in with Lambert. Chapdelaine also goes in. They pinch along the boards. Now it's Richard. He rubs his man off the plate, takes him down. Willett hard off the boards, kept in though by DeGray. And we've got a little scrum going on behind the Komet goal. Jean-Marc Richard. And he's one of the guys they've been kind of going after.
And that's Lambert again, Cap. Yep. He's been trying to mix it up with JM all series. Danny Lambert got his first goal of the playoffs, I believe, his first point as well in 12 games the other night. So,
well, they got tangled up behind the net. And, of course, Jean-Marc started the year with San Diego. Lambert has been one of the more feisty goals during this series. You see them pitching along the boards. The play goes on. Down they go right there, and then the fun started.
Well, it's a good defensive play by Jean-Marc.
My guess is they'll both go off for roughing.
Jean-Marc just pinned him against the boards, allowed Paul Willett to pick the puck up, and I don't think Lambert didn't appreciate it too much.
Both players, Denny Lambert and Jean-Marc Richard, will cool 2 minutes apiece for roughing. And the teams will skate even at 4-a-side right now. 8:33 left here in the first period. 1-1, the Komets and San Diego Gulls, Game 4 of the Turner Cup Finals. And of course, the Komets going for the sweep. I think everybody in North America knows that by now. They were featured on ESPN last night and USA Today Today. Today, say that 10 times fast. Everybody knows about the mission of the Fort Wayne Komets. Good move by Peter Hankinson. He leaves the puck back in his own zone, though. Bob Wilkie. Now Hankinson takes the heavy hit from Shank. And Shank tries to add some extracurricular, and let's see if Daniel Shank goes.
Well, I don't want to look like a prophet of ESP, but I call Daniel Shank, Dale DeGray, and Denny Lambert as guys that have been undisciplined, and they've taken the first 3 penalties for San Diego tonight.
The Komets will go back on the power play. It's 1-1. We'll be back.
Again, at Glenbrook Dodge Hyundai offers you Northern Indiana's largest selection.
And lowest prices ever. You'll save thousands on every new car and truck in stock.
Pick up a great deal on Dodge Dakota Extra Cab. There's 15 in stock.
If you need extra pulling power, it's a new Cummins diesel dually.
Save big on Dodge's full-size D150, starting as low as $12,386.
For Fort Wayne's best selection.
And lowest prices. See Glenbrook Dodge Hyundai.
We're just minutes from everywhere.
Back at the Coliseum where this place is exploding. There's Dale DeGray and Hubie McDonough whining at referee Stephen Walcom, but a huge break for the Komets. Daniel Shank, who has been probably their leading scorer and leading agitator, just went off 2 minutes for roughing. He picked up a 10-minute misconduct, and for good measure, he was just given a game misconduct. So Daniel Shank is done, and perhaps done for the season.
Well, as big a thorn in the side as he is for opponents, he's a great player, and it really hurts San Diego to lose him. He's their leading point getter, and he works his tail off every night and brings a good spark to their team. So him being gone for the game is a definite benefit to Fort Wayne.
Interesting player, Bob. Almost 40 goals, led the team in scoring with 92 points, but he had 500 penalty minutes. I suspect a lot of those minutes came from just like this, yapping and a lot of misconducts.
It really hurts him because he's such a good player, and to lose his cool like that just doesn't help him at all or his team.
Now here go the Komets on the power play. Wilkie at his own blue line. He's open. Works with the puck. Now to Couturier, back to Wilkie, and Wilkie wasn't expecting the return pass. The Komets will reset.
It just hopped up on Sylvain Couturier, and it hopped out of his zone.
Richardson carries, leaves at the point for Couturier. Couturier, now Wilkie, they're trying to set up the play again. Richardson is open at the top of the circle. Couturier, oh, he feeds the pass across the slot. No one home.
Good try in front. Joel Savage just cut to the net a second early, and when Couturier threw it across, Savage was already gone.
Here comes Grant Richardson, who's had an exceptional playoffs. Up over center ice, cross ice pass to Bob Wilkie. Now Wilkie into the corner. Richardson playing in deep now on the power play. 4-on-3 is this man advantage. A lot of open ice. Richardson to Joel Savage. Savage lets it go off the pads of Malarchuk. Savage with the rebound, but it's poked back to center ice. Good shot by Joel Savage.
Excellent shot and excellent save.
Now Savage again. Passes ahead, one-on-one. Kelly Hurd, quick drive. That's off the stick and into the crowd. Way up to the top of the arena.
Seems to be that we're getting our legs, Ken. I know we're on a power play right now, but we're settling down and starting to skate, and our speed has hurt them all series, and I think the same is going to will be tonight.
Just over 7 minutes left in period number 1. The Komets have 50 seconds of power play time remaining. They lead San Diego in power play opportunities and in cashing in those power play opportunities. So far, though, the Gulls have outshot the Komets on the board 13-3.
Yeah, they have, and they've had a territorial advantage, but I'd say the last 5 minutes it's really turned to our favor. And it's going to be discouraging for San Diego to be tied 1-1 after that pressure.
Draw goes back to Kelly Hurd. Now Igor Chibarev. Back to Hurd. The one-timer. There's a low drive rebound. Oh, and Larchuk tries to smother, and he does. Great opportunity there, Bob.
Good shot by Hurd. That was another one-timer. What I mean by that is Igor slides the puck over to Kelly Hurd. He doesn't stop it. He shoots it on the fly, which is difficult, but oftentimes the goalie can't get over quick enough to stop it. That time Malarchuk got over with his pad. Smith got the rebound, and Malarchuk made that save too.
Here again, you see the Komets also swarming the net a little more.
That was a great save by Malarchuk. He got over quick and got down low enough to make the save with his pad. 2 Komets right in there for the rebound, though. If he leaves any rebounds, I think we could get one. Nice pass by Chibarev. Hurd with good mustard on the shot. He got a lot of wood on it, and it was a great save.
Now Smith on the draw against Hubie McDonough. Controlled by the Gulls. DeGray wraps it around the boards. And back out to neutral ice. Grant Richardson controls for the Komets. 30 seconds left in the Komet power play. Here's Richardson. Skates right over to Gray, but San Diego clears the puck.
Grant's a strong kid. He weighs 210 pounds, and DeGray felt every pound there.
Komets reset for one more rush on this power play. Up ahead now. Willett, the drive by Smith. Oh, it's high off the glove by Malarchuk, and he lost sight of the rebound. Cleared to center ice by the Gulls. This will do it for the power play. Richardson feeds the cross ice pass to Bob Wilkie. Now Wilkie rags the puck a little bit, turns in his own zone. Oh, throws the puck away. McDonough controls. Gulls onside. Wilkie just steps into his man to take him off. Chibarev with a good move, but he loses control now along the boards. McDonough and Wilkie scrum for it. Kept in by San Diego. Arneal plays it along the boards. Now it's in Smith's skates. Smith being bumped by Smale. Now he's knocked down. Paul Willett, who has the Comet goal. Here's behind the net. 2-on-1 opportunity for San Diego. Cernich with the quick shot. That steers wide. Now McSween dumps it into the corner. Good pressure now by San Diego. And there's going to be an interference call. Looks like the Komets will be sent off for interference.
Good pressure by San Diego there, but we did a good job defensively as well, keeping the shots to the perimeter. They're sending their defense right down in low and trying to pressure with all 5 players. It's working so far, but it could be dangerous because if they do make a mistake or miss the net wide, we could get a break.
Comet penalty for Grant Richardson.
Grant Richardson will go off. 2 minutes for interference, so the Gulls go back on the power play. Just over 5.5 minutes left here, period number 1. Game 4 of the Turner Cup Finals. The Komets and San Diego Gulls tied 1-1. The K's lead the series 3 games to none and look for the sweep tonight. And the chance to return the Turner Cup to Fort Wayne for the first time in 20 years.
John Anderson's out there now. It's good to see he's wearing his helmet, Kent.
Yeah, yeah. Deja vu from 2 years ago. It's good to see Johnny's not going to try and pull the rabbit out of the hat, so to speak. Reddick tries to clear along the boards. Hodge keeps it in, feeds it back to the point. DeGray can't keep it in, so they have to reset at center ice.
Hankinson and Boyce are so quick attacking their defense in our zone that they feel the pressure and sometimes try to move it too quick.
Lusick tries to clear, but fans on it, kept in by Hodge. He dumps into the corner. Richard takes his man up to play. Anderson tries to center. That's off of Lusick. John Anderson digging along. Lusick tried to pinch it with his skates. Hodge, though, top of the circle, DeGray fakes a shot, tries to thread it through. That gets by Anderson, and Peter Hankinson not strong enough off the boards, kept in by McSween. Dale DeGray back to McSween. McSween, his shot tipped and kicked out by Reddick. Kept alive, now DeGray with the one-timer. Pokey again with a huge save through a maze of players.
What a save, Kent. That was the save of the night.
And again, there's Lambert scrumming along the goal. There'll be a face-off to the left of Pokey Reddick. 4:42 left in the opening period. 1-1. We'll be back.
When I go to town to buy new eyeglasses, I don't have time to waste. Where can I go for fast, dependable service?
Cunningham Optical One.
With 3 kids and a tight budget, where can my family get the best value in eyeglasses?
Cunningham Optical One.
How I look and see is important, and I want to buy my eyeglasses from someone I can trust. Where can I go to find quality eyewear and people who care?
Cunningham Optical One, Coldwater Road, Covington Plaza, and in Warsaw.
Face off in the Comet zone to the left of Pokey Reddick. San Diego with still 1 minute and 10 seconds of power play time left. The draw goes outside the Comet zone, back to neutral ice, and McSween controls for the Gulls. Cross ice to DeGray, back to McSween. Gulls reset to try and go to work on Pokey Reddick on another power play. Ahead to Tony McKegney. He's ridden off the play by Wilkie. Dave Smith fires it high, and that'll go over the glass. Takes a bit of a late hit by McKegney.
That was a good play, too, Ken. He felt the pressure, and he knew he had to get it out. He got it out of the rink. And we've been doing well in face-offs tonight and all series, so 50% chance of winning a face-off as opposed to throwing the puck away.
You know, make no mistake about it. I mean, we're a little biased here, who we'd like to see win, but one of the things I, again, am surprised about, after that play, I saw Tony McKegney, a seasoned NHL veteran, Scott Arneal, he saw some time in the show. Both those guys skating around yapping, just yapping at McDonald and talking with Smith and that. I mean, it looks again like these guys are off their game.
It's the 4th game of the series. You know, you're not going to intimidate anybody. The first game is usually the game all the talking's done, and you get down to play hockey after that, but they continue to talk a bit.
Puck goes back to the point, DeGray. DeGray leaves it for Arneal. Now Arneal back behind Hubie McDonough. McDonough leaves it for Arneal in the corner. Wilkie steps into Arneal behind the Comet goal. McSween takes over. Now McSween behind the net for Arneal. Arneal looks to find somebody to center to. McKegney setting up shop in front of the Comet goal. Now here's Arneal right in front. Reddick with the first save. Pokey jumps out and recovers the rebound.
That has to be discouraging for San Diego. They're putting great pressure on Pokey, and he's just turning everything back. He looks sharp as ever.
Shots right now favor the Gulls, 16-5, 3:58 left in the opening period. 26 seconds of power play time remain. 1-1, the Komets and Gulls, and again, Pokey, Johnny on the spot.
Great job. Arneal walked out of the corner there and got a good shot on, but Pokey hugged the post tight, hit him in the pads, and he didn't leave any rebound.
this guy's done so far in the playoffs, 11-0. Only 17 goals against in 11 games and a 94% save percentage and a minuscule 1.54 goals against average. That is surreal.
Somebody in San Diego asked him the first day they were out there if it was a fluke.
They're seeing how much of a fluke it is right now. Centering pass. Ruff goes for their second goal of the game. Denied again by Reddick. And cleared the length of the rink by the Komets. That'll do it for the power play.
He just has such great balance. He never loses his footing.
Both teams now at even strength as the Gulls start this rush. Ken Hodge dumps it into the Komet zone. Richard hard off the glass. Cleared back to neutral ice.
Kent Pokey's one of the best skaters on our team.
Now Lindy Ruff, big defenseman for the Gulls and the team captain. Dumps the puck into the Komet corner. Wilkie goes in along with John Anderson. Hodge peels it off the boards. Quick pass to Cernich. His shot goes wide. Now here's Bob Wilkie. Being hooked off the play by Anderson. Scotty Gruel takes the pass. Tries to feed for Savage. Savage taken off the play by Wilkie. Skates. Score!
What a play by Wilkie. That's just a great hustle play. He made the original pass, got all the way up ice and received the give and go from Scotty Gruel.
This place is up for grabs. Bob Wilkie picks up the loose puck, fires it top corner. The Komets have taken the lead 2-1. Great play by Scott Gruel, Bobby. He intended the pass for Joel Savage. Savage was tied up. Wilkie springs in free. Right now San Diego's arguing it should have been offside. And here is that beautiful goal by Bobby Wilkie.
Well, it was a great hustle by Scotty to get back over the red line. There's his feet on this side of the line, which makes it an onside pass. Savage and the defenseman got mixed up, and the puck came right to Wilkie. Calmly threw it to the top shelf over Malarchuk's glove. I wrote to the game tonight with Bob Wilkie, and he told me he felt great tonight. Said he thought he was going to score a goal.
Well, he's had a great playoff, 4 goals and 5 assists, 9 points coming from one of the defensemen, and you have to love that. The Komets have taken the lead 2-1. 2 minutes and 45 seconds left in the opening period. Here come the K's again. Lusick ahead to Willett. Willett tries to use the pass for Chibarev, but stolen by the Gulls. Larry Floyd breaks out the other way for San Diego into the Komet zone. Floyd, long cross ice pass, too strong for Perry Anderson. Dupuis takes the heavy hit, but dumps it toward the corner.
I lost it, Ken. I'm not sure if it went out of play or if it's in somebody's equipment.
Well, it's tied up behind the net. Komets lead 2-1. There's 2:27 left here in period 1. We'll be back.
Service isn't something that we owe you, or it isn't just the repair of a vehicle problem. It's the way that we feel you should be treated as a person and as a friend and as a customer. It's important.
It's just a thing to do and just a way to do business.
Crumbach Simon Chevrolet Geo. Come talk to us.
Komets try and bring the puck out of their own zone. Ruff feeds the pass ahead with the hand. Played by Lusick, though, so there'll be no advancing the puck with the hand of the teammate. Now the K's try and bring it out. Davidson takes the heavy hit to clears the center. Here's Pete Hankinson one-on-one. Hankinson tries to get by his man. Bumped off the play and to center ice. Jean-Marc Richard controls for the Komets. 2 minutes left here, first period. 2-1 Fort Wayne. Now Jean-Marc Richard takes the heavy high hit from Lindy Ruff. Hankinson goes after McDonough, but here comes San Diego. Hubie McDonough into the zone to Arneal on the wing. Arneal shot tipped by Lusick and goes over the glass. No, it bounces back down. They're looking for the puck. Well, it did go over the glass, and here are some more extracurriculars. And we are now seeing a frustrated bunch of San Diego Gulls.
Well, it seems to me they're trying to go after Jean-Marc Richard. I don't know if it's a coincidence that twice he's been involved, but most of our fans know that Jean-Marc's not a penalty man. He's a hockey player and a goal scorer. So I'm sure he's not instigating all this, and maybe they're just trying to get him off his game.
And here we go again. Arneal's shot goes up over the glass into the crowd, and then you see Jean-Marc again getting tangled up. And San Diego just starts venting some frustration.
See, there's a slash to the back of Jean-Marc's leg. All he did was hold Hubie McDonough up in the corner. It seemed to be pretty harmless, but McDonough took exception to it. And here comes Arneal in to give Jean-Marc a cross check.
That last Comet goal at 17:05, Bob Wilkie, his fourth of the playoffs, the assist to Scotty Gruel and Jean-Marc Richard. The Komets lead it 2-1, 1:43 seconds left in the opening period. Kent Horman and Comet defenseman Bob Jay bringing you all the action live here on TV 33. We are delighted that we could perhaps be bringing you a great moment in Comet history tonight. Dave Smith on the draw. Wins it from Ken Hodge, wrapped along the boards by the Komets and cleared the length of the rink. Joel Savage will be the first to the puck, so Malarchuk will have to play.
Great hustle.
Now Savage going after the puck, stepped into by DeGray. Smith takes the heavy hit from Chapdelaine. Now Savage and DeGray go at it. Ferner goes into the corner. Gruel just bodies him off the play, and Joel Savage controls at center ice. Now to Dave Smith. He feathers the pass for Richardson. And DeGray clears to neutral ice. Savage again just tries to dump it in. A little bit of ragged play now in the neutral zone. Hodge tries to dump it in. McKegney bodied off the play by Richardson. They pinch along the boards. Savage digs it up, and here come the Komets. Well, there's going to be a tripping penalty called against the K's, and I think that might be a little thin.
It was away from the puck, too. We had a 3-on-2 break, and Bobby Wilkie just got tied up with the San Diego player, and he called the trip. That was a questionable call.
Well, Steve Welcome calls a pretty tight game, and he calls them as he sees them, and he saw a player go down.
We don't have a problem, either team, I don't think, with calling them tight, as long as it's for both sides, and I think he's done a good job up to now.
So Bob Wilkie will go off. 2 minutes for tripping. 53 seconds left in the opening period. 2-1 Komets. So far in a couple of power play opportunities, San Diego has had 10 shots on goal, but Pokey Reddick has denied them any goals on the power play. San Diego has outshot the Komets 17-6, but the K's lead at 2-1, and we'll see if they can choke off this San Diego power play for the remaining 53 seconds of the first period. Hodge, who I guess is considered San Diego's best face-off man, on the draw with Hankinson. Now Floyd wraps it around behind the Comet goal. Boyce tries to slap it out, kept in by DeGray. Now DeGray over to Hodge. Oh, great play by Boyce to tip it away. Here's the race between Boyce and DeGray feeds it up ahead for Floyd. Now Floyd carries in. He takes the hit from Lusick behind the Comet goal. Anderson. Lusick takes charge off the boards. Now here's Ian Boyce. Boyce dumps at the length of the rink, and the Komets clear.
That was one of those plays why you see why all the Fort Wayne fans enjoy watching Ian Boyce so much. He's just a great hustler and competitor.
DeGray's pass off of Anderson's skates, but he picks it back up, carries it into the zone, and here comes Kerry Lusick. He's got the chance for a breakaway. Does he have the wheels? Anderson chases him down. Lusick shoots, and it's a save by Malarchuk. Rebound shot by Smith. That's off of Malarchuk's pads. DeGray hits Lusick high, then gives him the slash. Kerry Lusick, what work he's doing. End of the first period. The Komets lead San Diego 2-1 after 20 minutes of play. You're watching the Turner Cup Finals on TV 33. I'm going to want to talk to you here in intermission. Is that okay?
Shots on goal first period. San Diego 17.
Where's Eric?
Komets 8.
Hey, Tanner. How much you can have the next period?
Superior Auto, where Zero Down delivers. When other car dealers have turned you down, turn to the auto dealer you can count on. Superior Auto, Northeast Indiana's largest used car dealer, can put you in the car you want at a price you can afford. Simple financing, same-day credit approval, 4 easy payment plans available, and Zero Down can deliver you a hassle-free Superior used car deal. Buy today, drive today, only at Superior Auto, where Zero Down delivers. Fort Wayne, Angola, Decatur, Kendallville, Kokomo, and Warsaw.
The Fort Wayne Occupational Health Center, efficient case management of on-the-job injuries. Pre-employment screening for the abuse of drugs and other health problems. Working to get employees back to work as quickly as possible without risk to them. Conveniently located in all the convenience clinics throughout Northeast Indiana, the Occupational Health Center is the leader in keeping Northeast Indiana working.
The Honda Delta V4 Magna. Nothing's meaner.
Nothing's meaner than a Magna, and nothing's nicer than a red-hot deal from Ellerding Motorsports, US 30 East between Fort Wayne and New Haven.
I'm Ivan Lebmoff. If you've been hurt and are looking for a lawyer, I'd like to talk to you about reputation, because a law firm's reputation is everything. The Lebmoff Law Offices have been helping accident victims for over 35 years. We've protected the rights of thousands in our community because we have a reputation for getting things done. That's the kind of law firm we are.
The Lebmoff Law Offices, making the law work for you every day. 423-2581.
Broadcasting, if you please.
Back at the Coliseum, the Komets lead 2-1 at the end of one period. Just as the period ended, Kerry Lusick doing a great job penalty killing on the breakaway. Forces the shot. Malarchuk had to make the good save. The Komets again pouring on tremendous pressure. Kerry Lusick finishing the end of a long shift. Puts the backhand on Malarchuk. Had to come up big to keep the score where it is. And the score right now, 2-1 in favor of the Fort Wayne Komets after 20 minutes to play. The Komets, as it stands right now, just 40 minutes away from their first Turner Cup in 20 years. You know, I'm lucky tonight to be joined by Bobby J, who I'm sure would rather be on the ice. In fact, you can't keep him away from the ice. He even skated pregame warm-up. But the situation with the shoulder was, well, maybe with a brace, maybe if it went 7 games. We're hoping both of those maybes don't happen. Another guy whose name is noticeably absent from the Komet lineup, of course, is Captain Colin Chin. Colin was injured in that final game of the Atlanta series, dislocated his wrist. He faces a long summer of wearing a cast and rehabilitation. He really misses not being on the ice for the Fort Wayne Komets. I had the chance to spend a little time with Colin the other day and just ask him what it feels like to be part of a Turner Cup champion, maybe, but not be on the ice. Colin Chin has been the heart and soul of the Komets for the past 7 seasons. Pound for pound, he's one of the IHL's toughest competitors, but as one of the league's little guys, he collects more than his share of injuries. None has been harder to take than the dislocated wrist he suffered in the final game against Atlanta that knocked him out of the Turner Cup finals.
It's disappointing in that I'd always thought when I was a captain, if we did win a Turner Cup, I'd love to skate around for the town. And not having my uniform on and being out there winning in the suit is a tough thing. But certainly I made my contributions during those playoffs, and I was playing well going into the 8th game. So it's just disappointing in that aspect. But it'd be a lot more difficult if we were losing right now. But since we're winning, it makes everything look good.
Well, you do kind of feel kind of out of it a little bit because he's not playing anymore. And I love to watch him play. But we're team-type players, and we're glad that the team's doing well and hope to win the Cup.
Winning the Turner Cup would mean so many things to so many people. The team, Coach Al Sims, the Frankies, and Komets fans. But to the hometown hero, it would be the ultimate dream come true.
It's just been an unbelievable feeling to watch us go 16-0 and 11-0 in the playoffs. And I don't think anybody expected us except for us. And our philosophy the whole playoffs has been one game at a time. And certainly we didn't expect to come out and win 11 straight, but we certainly did expect to win all the series we played. And we're in a point here where we can close this thing out on Friday. And the way we're playing, and as much heart as we have, you know, I don't believe we won 11 games in a row to let it slip now. So I believe we're going to be a solid team for Friday night. The one thing you'll never be able to take away from us is our name on the cup. And when you get that and you put your name on it, you'll look back sometime and you'll have something to show for it. And that's your name on the Turner Cup.
It'll mean a lot, I think, to the neighborhood. I mean, people love Colin, and to the city. It means a lot. It's a really exciting time and a lot of fun for me because, you know, being Colin's a hero here. I kind of get some special treatment along the way, too, so it's really nice.
One thing the injury has done for Chin is allow him to spend more time with wife Diane and daughter Taylor. Then there's the question about next season. Does Colin think about going out a winner and retiring, or is he anxious to come back strong from his injury?
That's definitely going to want to make me play hockey more. Because, I mean, it's like, the thing is right now it seems like it's been almost a whole season since I played a game. And so that's been really tough, and I'm really looking forward to it.
I'm happy to see him play because I know there's not too many people who have jobs that they go to every day that they just love and are good at, and that's hockey is Colin's career right now, and that's what he's best at. So I'm happy he can play as long as he wants, you know, as long as he's happy and he's not getting injured. That's really what's most important.
Like Eddie Long, Lenny Thornton, Lionel Repka, and Robbie Irons before him, Colin has established solid roots in the community. He's proudly worn the black and orange, and over his 7 seasons has become one of the more popular Komets ever. Now he's just 1 game away from becoming a Turner Cup champion. And of course, everybody that's a Komet hockey fan is looking forward to seeing number 26 back in the Komet lineup next season. And if the Komets do win the Turner Cup tonight, you can bet we'll see him on the ice in the middle of that pile. When we come back, we'll talk with another guy who knows what it's like to miss a Turner Cup final, one of the members of the last Turner Cup champion, Robbie Irons. Stay with us.
A news update from TV 33, your 24-hour local news channel.
Good evening, 9 o'clock, 57 degrees. I'm Linda Jackson. State police arrested 2 men overnight on drug charges. Officers raided a hotel room in Angola. They found paraphernalia and $1,700. NBC and TV 33 will air the final episode of Cheers one more time Sunday evening at 6. Perry Mason airs Saturday at noon, by the way. And the Clinton administration dropped the Arkansas travel company that allegedly booked overpriced flights for the White House. We'll have more news for you later.
Come get it. Well, you've grown a foot since yesterday. Good shot.
Ah, thanks, Mom.
Now, how about a real game of ball?
Rock and roll was king when this bungalow was built in the 50s.
But this old window air conditioner isn't so cool today.
To increase this home's value and comfort, the most energy-efficient cooling and heating system available today is being installed.
The high-efficiency electric heat pump is a central air conditioner.
It also works with your existing furnace to make it more efficient in winter. So year-round, we'll be saving money and resources together.
Now that's smart.
For more heat pump information, call Indiana Michigan Power.
I mean, I'm a shopper. I shop for best deals, and this is the best.
Value.
So I just use any coupons from anywhere, plus you get to use your vendor's coupons.
People save a lot of money.
What would you tell them to convince them?
I could show them my receipts.
Scott's, we're your store.
Greatest shopping experience.
What would that receipt show them?
A big savings.
Scott's, if we're not your store, we want to be.
I've been all over, and I really do think Scott's is the best, really. Not just because you're having me do this, but honestly.
Ken Horman back at the Coliseum. The Komets lead the San Diego Gulls 2-1 after 1 period of play. I'm joined now by one of the Komet mainstays, one of the Komet Hall of Famers, goalie Robbie Irons. And Rob, you can identify with the Colin Chin situation, not being able to play in the Turner Cup finals after helping carry the team all the way there. What was it like to have to miss the finals?
Well, of course, I played the first game of the playoffs and got involved, and it was very disappointing. Unlike Colin's near his end of his career, and I don't know if he's going to play next year or not, but I wasn't thinking that this was going to be the last time I was going to play. I didn't think this was going to be the last chance I won a Turner Cup. So at that point there, it was important that I wasn't playing. But the team was adequately supplied with great players. Don Atchison, the goalie that went in, we had shared most of the goaltending. And he was a rookie at the time and made me feel pretty good that I was the #1 goalie all the way through. So I was encouraging him all the way. I had the opportunity to dress the last 2 games of the final. So it was disappointing I didn't play, but I was part of the team.
A lot of parallels between that team and this team. You know, I see a lot of similarities between number 30 and number 20.
Oh, well, of course, both, I guess, the same size, aggressive, and playing well right now, and I can't be any more happier for Pokey.
Rob, thanks for coming by. I know you have work to do on radio, and it's a pleasure to see one of the members of that last team 20 years ago still here in town and being a great contributor to the community.
Thanks, Ken.
Komet goaltender Robbie Irons, who is a valuable member of the community and also works radio ringside with Bob Chase. And I'm fortunate enough now to be joined by IHL Commissioner Tom Barry. Tom, of course, here maybe to present the Turner Cup trophy tonight. Tom, it's been some kind of playoffs.
Absolutely. Even if we don't do a presentation tonight, it was worth the trip. It's just super hockey, and we're really excited about the way the Komets have been playing, needless to say, since it's feeding back to your people. It's just been incredible and certainly been a great year for the Fort Wayne Komet fans and the Franke family. So we'll see what happens tonight, you know, and if not tonight, there's tomorrow. And certainly I know the boys all have it in their mind. This is the night. So we'll see.
big things happening in the IHL. I hear the New York Islanders might be coming into Salt Lake next year, which would really kind of shore up that franchise, and of course a new team in Las Vegas.
Yes, indeed. We have a lot of things still on the burner. It's always exciting to have NHL teams come into our league and have a new league and a new team, and then Las Vegas Thunder come in this year is going to really make it exciting, and we still have another one in the hopper. We might yet have another team, so a lot of good things are happening thanks to a lot of people doing a good work out there, and you know, the Komets, the families, the clubs everywhere, you have TV people, everybody else that's working hard to spread the word about the It's just doing a great job.
Tom, it's good to have you in Fort Wayne. We hope to see you around center ice a little later tonight with that big trophy.
It's always my pleasure to be here, Ken. Thank you.
IHL Commissioner Tom Barry. We'll be back with first period highlights. Stay with us. You're watching the Turner Cup Finals on TV 33.
Recently, an object was sighted.
It was big. Bigger than big.
Huge, huge, large, astronomically big.
Big would be an understatement.
Very big. Huge.
Some got big. Huge.
When it arrives, you better not be alone. Bigfoot.
Pizza Hut!
From Pizza Hut. 2 square feet of pizza, 21 slices on a tasty new crust, $10.99 for up to 3 toppings. It's bigger than pizza. Bigfoot from Pizza Hut, a legendary value.
Your car has a minor ding or is a major disaster, get it to Al Gratz. Al Gratz Body and Paint. For over 50 years, they've been making the wrong things right again, turning dents and disasters into automotive delights. Imports, domestics, cars, trucks, or vans. They're the ones who care enough to make it right for you. Al Gratz Body and Paint Shop on New Haven Avenue, east off US 30, or on Coldwater Road across from Glenbrook. Get to the pros. Al Gratz Body and Paint Shop.
I'll tell you what's wrong today with kids. They don't have the fire in the belly. They're spoiled. They're coddled. They're mama's boys. They don't want to mess up their pretty faces. They don't want to be movie stars or rock stars. Too much sitting around watching TV instead of being out there doing it. The fire is burnt out.
Fuel the fire! All sports drink. Fuel it.
Ken Horman and Bob Jay back at the Coliseum, just a couple of minutes away from starting period 2. The Komets lead San Diego 2-1 in Game 4 of the Turner Cup Finals. Of course, the Komets looking to end it tonight with a sweep. And Bob, just like it was Wednesday night, San Diego got on the board first. A quick shot by Lindy Ruff.
Yeah, I think their game plan is to try and get their defense to the net and force our forwards to come down with them. And Lindy came down to the top of the circle on a rebound and made a great shot to beat Pokey.
But it didn't take the Komets long to get even. Just 2 minutes later, and the place just exploded. Paul Willett, who has just been a force for the Komets as far as the offense, picks up his 6th goal of the playoffs, and it was a great play as far as the Komets were concerned, taking their time, working the puck around.
Well, Willie, for a small guy, gets to the net great, as you can see. The puck came across from John Mark to Kelly, to Bob Wilkie at the top. Nice pass by John Mark. Wilkie one-times it, and Willett came from the strong side in front of the net to screen Malarchuk and get a deflection.
And then the goal that gave the Komets the lead here after 1 period, an excellent effort by Bob Wilkie.
That's a great pass by Scotty Gruel. He just flips it out there into traffic, lets Savvy go for it. Savvy gets mixed up with Ruff, and Bob Wilkie comes in, cool as ice, and just roofs it in the top shelf, short side, right over Malarchuk's glove. That's a beautiful goal.
San Diego outshot the Komets 17-8 in that opening period, but the Komets lead it on the most important place, and that's the scoreboard, 2-1 Komets. And as it stands right now, if they hold the lead, they're 40 minutes away from the Turner Cup. The K's still have 1 minute and 8 seconds of San Diego power play time to try and choke off here as we start period 2. So again, obviously, the first couple of minutes of this period will be huge for the Komets.
Yeah, they are. I think they threw as much as they could at us in the first period, and it was obviously quite a bit because they had, I believe, 17 shots on net. Pokey was there first, and we settled down and got into a groove, so I'm sure if they throw the same thing at us, we'll play a bit better this period because the emotions are out, and we're focused on what we're doing.
In case you've just joined us, and shame on you if you have, again, the Komets lead at 2-1 after 1 period of play. Big story in the first period. San Diego running around a little bit, creating some problems for themselves with the penalties, and their leading scorer and leading penalty minute getter, Daniel Shank, left the game at the 11:45 mark. He got a roughing penalty, drew a misconduct, and just for good measure, drew a game misconduct. Referee Steve Walcom gave him the gate. So one of the leading agitators for the San Diego Gulls is out of the game, and I'm sure one guy who's happy to see him out is Pokey Reddick.
Yeah, I'm sure he is too, because especially on their power play, he likes to come to the net and cause things and disturb, and that's his game. You know, he's successful at it. He gets a lot of goals and points doing it, but he should have tried to keep his discipline and stayed in the game. He's not doing much of it right now in the showers.
San Diego starts out period number 2 here on the power play. In the first period, the Komets were 1 for 3 on the power play. They had 5 shots on goal. The Gulls were 0 for 2 with 10 shots on goal. But again, the Komets still have to stifle another minute and 8 seconds of Gulls power play time. It'll be that leading penalty-killing unit for the Komets, Ian Boyce and Peter Hankinson. Jean-Marc Richard and Kerry Lusick on the point. Lusick dumps it into the San Diego zone. And here come the Gulls breaking out. Larry Floyd leading the charge, gets over center ice, fires it into the Komet zone. Arneal rubs along the boards with Boyce for it, comes back to the point, DeGray. He dumps it into the corner where Lambert waits for it. Now behind the net, Scott Arneal. Arneal reverses his flow, goes back up ice. Boyce and Lusick trying out. Now it's Reddick trying to clear along the boards, kept in by Hodge off his body. Ken Hodge works to the top of the circle. Now dumps it back deep. Lambert, it's in the skates. Richard fires it hard off the boards, but kept in by Hodge. And Ian Boyce slaps at the length of the rink.
Great hustle by Jean-Marc Richard. 2 guys battling him over the boards, and he got it out in front to Boyce.
Just time for one more rush. 15 seconds left in the power play. Floyd, the soft shot into the Komet zone. Chased down the play by Chapdelaine. He takes the heavy hit from McDonald. Now Richardson hustles after the puck and fires at the length of the ice, and that will end the power play.
That looked like a punt, Kent.
Grant got plenty of lift on that one. Both teams back to even strength, and the fans let the Komets hear it. DeGray feathers the pass into the Komet zone. The Gulls looking to change on the defense. Dump back deep into the Komet zone where Smale picks it up. Doug Smale tries to center for McDonough. Poked away, though. Great play by Lee Davidson, and here come the K's. Savage ahead. Slips the check of Smale. Davidson fires it into the corner. Stopped behind the net by Malarchuk. Now here comes Lindy Ruff leading the charge for the Gulls. Ruff has the lone goal for San Diego. Dumps it into the Komet zone. He's stepped into by Dupuis. Now Wilkie. Oh, pass intercepted. Chapdelaine kicked out by Reddick. Now from the point, Ruff tees it up, fires it on, off the skate of Savage. Back to McSween. McDonough running some interference on Reddick. Dupuis tries to move him out, and the Komets clear to neutral ice. Igor Chibarev takes control. Chibarev, the leading scorer so far in the Turner Cup playoffs. Gulls take over. Chibarev with 5 goals and 13 assists for 18 points to pace the way so far in the postseason.
Their game plan now, Ken, is dump it in when they get to the blue line and just force as much as they can and try and create turnovers.
Paul Willett comes out of the pack with the puck, leading a 2-on-2. Chibarev trying to get back with the play. Willett dumps it in. Igor skates through, quick backhander, steered aside by Malarchuk. And here comes DeGray. Pass goes ahead to Larry Floyd. Floyd with the long shot. That goes wide, deep into the Komet corner. Perry Anderson and Couturier scrum along the boards. That's off the skate. Now there's the big drive kicked out by Reddick. Ferner's shot was right on. Oh, Komets lose control. Now they clear it to neutral ice.
It was a bad break there for Jean-Marc Richard. It just hit somebody in the skate and stayed right in the slot. Fortunately, Kerry Lusick was there to clear it.
Now McDonough trying to break in off the wing. He's ridden off the play by Richard. Ferner just feathers behind the net. Now it's Lusick. He's stepped into heavily by Chapdelaine. Couturier can't catch up with it along the boards. Back into the Komet corner. Lusick and Chapdelaine exchange shoulders. And it's cleared the length of the rink.
Good play by Scotty Gruel there. San Diego had some pressure, and Scotty just calmly iced it and tried to get Fort Wayne to regroup, win the face-off, and gain control here.
16:44 left in period 2. The Komets lead the Gulls 2-1. We'll be back.
With my job, I need to look fashionable. But where can I go for the best in contemporary eyewear?
Cunningham Optical One.
I need new eyeglasses, and I need them now. Where can I go to find the best service and the lowest price?
Cunningham Optical One.
You know, coupons and buy one, get one free deals really end up costing more. Where can I go for eyeglasses and get the best value every day?
Cunningham Optical One, Coldwater Road, Covington Plaza, and in Warsaw.
Back at the Coliseum, 16.5 minutes left in period 2. The Komets and Gulls, it's 2-1 K's. They scrum along the board. Chapdelaine being pursued by Wilkie. Now it's McKegney behind the net. He tries the quick centering pass. McSween, that goes wide. Now Cernich takes the heavy hit from Boyce along the boards. McKegney steps into Davidson. Mid physical intensity picking up a bit here.
Should have been a hand pass there, Kent.
Richardson tries to hound his man off the play, and Pokey Reddick jumps out for the cover and the face-off.
Puck came high along the board. Cernich hit it with his glove right to McKegney down the corner, and he didn't call it a hand pass.
We'd like to take this time to give our best wishes to a big Comet fan, Nola Stotler, who's undergoing some treatment at Lutheran Hospital. Everybody here wishes her hope in getting well. We'd like to see her get better, and all the love to her from the Komets and her family. And Bobby Pokey Reddick's a little bit down here on the play. He dived out to cover up that loose puck. And now we have Joe Franke out just tending to him, saying, let's see what's going on here.
Yeah, he's laying on his stomach. I'm not sure if somebody fell on him and he got the wind knocked out of him, or he got hit with an elbow or a shoulder or something, but we'll check it on a replay and see what happens.
Looked harmless enough. Again, the Gulls are putting some pressure on. The puck just comes out toward the Comet goal, and then Pokey leaped out. I didn't see what happened.
Well, here's McDonough coming to the net. Lee Davidson hit him, and Pokey just came out to tie it up. I think Pokey's okay. Might be just taking a bit of a break. McKegney just throws it out front. Davidson and McDonough are down. Pokey's there.
Oh, there it is.
Just took a little knee to the head from Doug Smale.
The knee came right across and got him on the side of the head, and Pokey's trying to shake the cobwebs out right now.
Could have got a bit of a whiplash, too, maybe. You don't expect him that. He's tying the puck up. His muscles are kind of relaxed because he has the whistle and just jolts his head a little bit. Pokey's a tough little nut, and I'm sure that's not going to bother him too much after the next few seconds.
Pokey's back up, and the fans again are showing their appreciation for the guy that has really backstopped the Komets all the way in this series. The series before that, Pokey Reddick has been nothing short of sensational. And I don't want to put the cart ahead of the horse, but Bob, with this kind of performance and all the people that have been watching all across the country at this point, you wonder if number 20 will be back in Fort Wayne next year. I think he might be heading for bigger things.
Yeah, I think that's a pretty safe bet.
And the Pokey chant starts here at the Coliseum. The pass ahead, Scotty Gruel's onside. Gruel fakes, shoots. Oh, it's just off of Malarchuk's blocker. Savage on the follow. He tries to center. That whistles through the crowd. There'll be a penalty coming up to San Diego. Lucy keeps the puck alive.
The Gray again, Kent, is going out for interference in front of the net with Dave Smith.
15:51 left in period 2. The Komets will go back on the power play. 2-1 K's will be back.
Save over $1,000 on Kawasaki's now at Ellerding Motorsports, US 30 East between Fort Wayne and New Haven.
Malarchuk made the initial stop on Gruel. The puck came out. The Gray cross-checks Gruel right there as the puck goes behind the net. That's clearly interference.
And the Komets go back to work on the power play, looking for a potential back-breaking goal. San Diego breaks out, though. Hubie McDonough, but he's taken off the play by Wilkie. Now Couturier ridden hard by Lindy Ruff. And here come the Komets breaking out. Scotty Gruel. Gruel weaves his way through the zone. He centers. And Couturier couldn't quite control. Goes back to Richard, now to Wilkie. Wilkie to Couturier. Couturier back to the point, Bob Wilkie. He lets the quick shot go, tipped up into the crowd.
Scotty Gruel is just flying right now. This is the best game I've seen him play in the playoffs, and he's played well all playoff, but he's really getting his offensive touch going and making things happen.
Well, and of course, Scotty Gruel scored that just incredibly huge goal Wednesday night, about 11 minutes and change into overtime. playing his 1,000th IHL game, and what a time for the vet.
Couldn't have been
to put the puck home.
To a guy that deserved it more, too. He's really been disciplined all playoff. People who watched him when he was in Muskegon in the last few years with us know that his game is, you know, stirring some stuff up and being a physical player, and he's just toned it down and turned the other cheek all playoff and just played great for us.
Well, and you can tell Scotty Gruhl has kicked it in an extra stride because perhaps this could be his final IHL game. Scotty, of course, retiring as an active IHL player at the end of this season. He'll go on as an assistant coach and player with Bruce Boudreau. Next year with the Muskegon Fury going home, he'll be playing in the Colonial League. But he could go out a champion tonight. Sylvain Couturier dumps the puck into the San Diego zone. Ferner tries to wrap it hard along the boards, kept in by Couturier. Dumps it back in deep. Now Cernich. He takes the hit from Savage. The Komets control the puck. Couturier, quick shot, blocker save by Malarchuk. Rebound, Gulls control, and Floyd flips it off the boards in neutral ice. Couturier takes the heavy hit on the play. Savage comes out with the puck, though. Quick pass to Gruhl, offside.
Nice try by Savage. He took a hit over there along with Sly Couturier. Came up, picked the puck out of the traffic, and chipped it over to Scotty, but Scotty was just offside.
14:38 left here in the second period. 2-1 Komets. They still have 47 seconds of power play time remaining. Kent Horman and Bobby J here to bring you all the action live on TV 33. For the third consecutive year, we've been able to bring you a Turner Cup playoff game live, and perhaps none bigger than tonight's.
What a great player Couturier is, too, Kent. He's really helped us. He's so strong on the puck, down low around the corners, and he's a smart player as well.
Now the Komets at neutral ice. Grant Richardson fires ahead to Willett. He tries to tip it in, but off the shin guards of Lindy Ruff. Now Richardson dumps it in deep. Smith gives pursuit. Wow. He's taken off the play heavily. Don McSween, the Komets will have another power play advantage. They'll go up 2 men here in just a moment. The delayed penalty is on.
They should give him the puck here, Kent, so we can get a 5-on-3.
But Pokey has made it to the bench. The Komets go to work with another additional man, so they have really an extra advantage now. And still, San Diego has not gained control of the Komets from neutral ice. Kelly Hurd. Now Chibarev, and there'll be an offside on the play. But the Komets, again, will have the 2-man advantage for 10 seconds.
That was great hustle by Dave Smith down behind the net. Beat McSween, I believe, to the puck, and he didn't have a choice but to haul him down. That's where our speed has hurt him all along here, and he just hauled Smitty down from behind because he knew Smith was going to beat him to the puck in the corner. Just a great hustle play. Here comes Smitty. Now look at how close McSween is to the puck, and Smitty just out-hustles him, cuts in front of him, doesn't even check him, just tries to pick him and interfere with him, and McSween just grabs him by the neck and basically tackles him.
Well, and take your pick. Again, that's one of those penalties, combination, fatigue, frustration, you know.
Matt McSween's a good player, too. He played in Rochester for a while with Ian Boyce and Joel Savage, and he's a good skilled player. I think he just felt he was out-hustled there and tried to stop Smitty from getting the puck and just got his hand up high. He could be a bit frustrated.
14 minutes left here in the second period. 2-1 Komets. They have a 2-man advantage for the next 10 seconds. Plenty of power play time, and the K's can do some serious damage. Wilkie, the quick pass to Richard. He lets it fly. Oh, Malarchuk just barely gets a piece of that. Now Chibarev skates in quickly. Couturier tries the wraparound. Rebound, score!
What a great play by Igor Chibarev. Give and go. Couturier stepped out of the corner, threw it on net. Malarchuk made a good save, and Igor continued to go to the net and got the rebound just as he did the other night.
Igor Chibarev, a monster goal. Igor loves it. The crowd loves it. And we have the first squid of the night on the ice.
Well, that's nice to see. Now, Malarchuk's in great position here. The puck comes down to Couturier, gets a good shot on net, and here's Igor coming to the net for the rebound. Savage is there, and Couturier is there as well. Watch the 3 Fort Wayne players go right to the net, just fully attacking. The defenseman tries to block it, which isn't a bad play, but just outnumbered down low because of the shorthanded situation. Couturier just knows what to do and when to do it. He knew pass wasn't there originally, so he stepped out, shot it, and Igor got the rebound.
The Komets cash in another power play. 3-1 Komets, 13:45 to go.
That's textbook hockey right there, Ken. Perfect execution.
Number 29. Oh, and there'll be another San Diego penalty.
Pokey's down, too. That was a big hit.
Well, and that is just plain a cheap shot.
That's unbelievable. Wilkie came out to play the puck, Chappledon just ran him right over. He was totally vulnerable because he had his arms fully extended as he was shooting the puck out of the zone.
Well, I'll tell you, I heard about it from the first game, and of course you were there. It absolutely amazes me how a team can win 62 games and have the talent of the San Diego Gulls and absolutely play such garbage hockey. I'm just going to say it. This is garbage hockey. They're being beaten by a team that just wants it more. I mean, you're part of the Komets. The Komets are hungry. They're playing like a team possessed. San Diego obviously frustrated. They're not used to losing. You know, the loss Wednesday night was the first time this year they've lost 3 in a row. But if you're going to lose with some class. That is absolute garbage hockey.
Chappledon was complaining that he was just coming in to forecheck and couldn't stop, but I really disagree because there was at least 4 or 5 feet he had before he got to Pokey, and he knew Pokey was playing the puck. You know, obviously I'm a four-lane comment, but I don't think there's any excuse for that.
Well, let's see if we get a major on this play.
This should be real interesting. Pokey seems pretty banged up, too. That's a big concern.
San Diego penalty, 26. Take that, number 6, Renee Chappledon, 5-minute major charging.
No doubt there. I mean, that's intent to injure. A goalie is so vulnerable in that position.
Well, and I'll tell you something else. Here's another Bush League move. The announcement is made. Chappledon gets the obvious 5-minute charge. He gets a misconduct. Ken Hodge skates out, starts clapping with his stick on the ice, then he points up here to Commissioner Tom Barry, who's sitting right next to me.
Well, I think he should have his head on the game right now, not on the commissioner. I wonder how they'd be feeling if one of our players ran their goalie like that. I don't think they'd be clapping his stick on the ice and pointing at the commissioner.
Well, I'll tell you, and it's really a shame because I talked to Tom Barry at the end of the first period. We were talking about not only how exciting these playoffs have been, but the future of the IHL. You have Las Vegas coming in. We're talking major market cities now. And with what has happened here in the playoffs, the Komets, this league is being exposed all across North America. ESPN, USA Today. And to see a team act like this is kind of taking it back to the old Bush League attitude that people used to have about the IHL.
Well, what's so surprising about it is it's San Diego Gulls who were the most successful team of the year, and they weren't successful by doing this. They obviously have some great hockey players there, and I don't think they have to play like this. I don't know why they think they do, except for the fact that Pokey has obviously been the difference, or at least a strong part of the difference in this series. But to run them over like that, it's just bad for hockey in general because, you know, we're all out here trying to make a living, and I don't think they'd appreciate it if we were doing that to any of their players.
Well, and Pokey's kind of like the valiant boxer who takes the heavy shots. He's back up on his knees a little bit, and this crowd on its feet. And when he gets up, they'll probably just go berserk. Again, that last Komet goal scored by Igor Chibarev, his 6th of the playoffs, assist to Sly Couturier, 6-10 on the power play. Moments after that, Pokey was run over by Renee Chappledon. He picked up the 5-minute major.
It's really hard here, too, to keep it cool if you're a Komet because when you see somebody do that to your goalie and your mainstay, you want to get him back right away, but it takes discipline to turn the other cheek and let the referee do his job. And that's what we've been doing, and that's why we've been successful. So as much as we want to try and pay retribution to what they did, I think we'll stay disciplined and concentrate on what we have to do.
Jean-Marc Richard also picked up an assist on the 3rd Komet goal, his 3rd point of the night. Well, there's something else, Bobby, maybe you can answer because we have to be a little impartial here. I mean, that was a heavy hit, no doubt about it. I felt it should have been a major. But this Pokey, I mean, Pokey's a smart guy. He's played 130-odd games in the National Hockey League. He's down. He'll obviously take his time getting up, maybe not hurt as badly because, hey, he wants to draw the heavy penalty.
Sure, he will. And on respect to Chappledon, I don't really know if he could have stopped or not, but it appeared to me he definitely had time to. I mean, there's a lot of traffic in front of the net all night long, and you don't see that happen very often. So it's a tough call, but it definitely appeared to me that he deliberately didn't make any effort to stop. That's for sure.
The Komets with a 5-minute power play. Ruff tries to clear, fans on it. Gruhl almost intercepts. Now Gruhl and Savage, heavy pressure on Lindy Ruff. He finally clears deep to the Komet zone. The K's with a tremendous opportunity to try and break this game open. 3-1, 13 minutes left in period number 2. 4.5 minutes to go in the power play.
Boy, that was a bad bounce. Lucky for San Diego, Hugo McDonough had his head up and skated in the slot and picked it up and iced it. He's a smart player.
Now Gruel starts the rush. Long cross ice pass to Wilkie. He has the goal tonight. Dave Smith lets it fly. Low shot goes wide.
You got to hit the net there, Kent.
Now Hubie McDonough. Oh, he tries to feed the pass to Ruff. A little too strong. Now Ruff controls in the Komet zone. Falls down. And here comes Gruel. Arneal steps into Gruel. Komet's having trouble getting anything going on this power play. Scotty Gruel favoring his ribcage a little bit as he goes off.
Took a stick from Ruff. It appeared to be accidental, though.
Richard getting the heavy wood treatment from Floyd. Loses the pass. Now Smale intercepts. Quick shot. Pokey steers it aside with a stick into the corner. Now Smale with a drive way wide. Oh, and Paul Willett's going to get a minor penalty for retaliation. Smale came right into him with the high stick. Willett slapped him back, and that's what Welcome saw. So there goes the Komet power play. Willett goes off 2 minutes for the slash. Probably one of the first and very few breaks of discipline we've seen from the Komets.
Yeah, it's just a frustration play. I'm sure it's not just the original hit to Willett that got him upset. Our power play was not going so well there, and he probably was a bit frustrated from that. And then the hit by Smale just made him lose his cool.
Well, the teams will skate even, but the Komets will still have about 1.5 minutes of power play time remaining on the 5-minute charging major against Rene Chapdelaine. 12 minutes even left here in the second period. 3-1 Komets. Game 4 of the Turner Cup Finals. The Komets going for the sweep.
Offside pass.
And the Gulls called for an offside pass, so the faceoff goes back into the San Diego zone. Kent Horman and Komet defenseman Bob Jay.
Right now, Kent, obviously everything's going in our favor. The pressure, the penalties, the score. It's really important at this stage of the game with 11:56 left in the second to focus on what we're doing and not get too caught up in the emotion of the crowd and all that. Just keep going on what you're doing, stick to your game plan and grind and finish checks everywhere and play smart and safe.
Draw controlled by Peter Hankinson. He turns it neutral ice, leaves it for Lee Davidson. Now Davidson ahead for Lusick. Lusick skates in on his man. Kerry Lusick tries to work into the zone, ridden off the play by Ferner. Now Davidson into the corner. Centers in front. Richardson shot. Oh, the save, Malarchuk. Great play by the Komets. Malarchuk there with the big glove.
What a pass by Davidson.
Now the Gulls break in and they're offside.
Every time they get a rush, Ken, at least this period, we've hustled back and had 2-3 guys back forwards, that is, as well as our defense, and it just frustrates them at the blue line. If they don't dump it in, there's so much traffic along the blue line that it's tough to make a play onside. That was a great opportunity for Grant Richardson. He smartly went to the net, and Davidson made a great pass out of the corner. And Richardson got a good shot, but Malarchuk was there. He's played well Wednesday night and tonight. Malarchuk, that is.
Dave Smith out with Ian Boyce. Jean-Marc Richard, who has 3 points tonight, all assists. Bob Wilkie, the other defenseman, he has the goal. They'll line up against Floyd. McKegney. Cernich and Lindy Ruff. Cernich controls for San Diego. Now Larry Floyd poked away briefly by Boyce. Oh, there'll be another Komet penalty. Here comes McKegney breaking in off the wing. His quick shot squeezed in the pads of Reddick, and there'll be a whistle and a penalty to the Komets. There'll be a holding penalty assessed to the Fort Wayne Komets, and now it'll be San Diego going back on the power play.
Well, Bob Wilkie was coming along the boards with his opponent, the offensive player carrying the puck, and he felt maybe that Cernich had a step on him. Just got his arm in front of him and held him up a bit. It was a good call by Walken, I think.
11:14 left here in period 2. We'll be back.
Well, we pride ourselves in our people.
Well, some of these people have been together over 20 years, so we've been together a long time.
But without a customer, we're nothing. So the customer is the boss. That's it in a nutshell.
Crumback Simon Chevrolet Geo. Come talk to us.
Here's your 33 outdoor forecast. I'm meteorologist Greg Schaub.
Now it's San Diego on the power play. That goes off the skates of DeGray. Richardson tries to clear, but DeGray flags it down with the glove. Now DeGray fakes the shot, side of the net. Hodge fans on the play. He tries to skate around. Out of the skates of Boyce, it comes back into the corner. Now Lusick along the boards. He's worked on by Hodge and Lambert. Now it's Boyce along the boards. Ruff keeps it in. Lambert at the side, stepped into by Lusick. What a job Kerry Lusick has done tonight. Lusick comes out. He's pulled down. No call on the play. Now it's Lambert. DeGray with the shot off the skate of Richardson and cleared the length of the rink by Ian Boyce.
What hustle by Kerry Lusick and Ian Boyce. Just unbelievable. Lusick will not be denied.
San Diego so far is 1 for 21 on the power play of this series. That's scored by Lambert. Ruff breaks it off the skate of Reddick. Tremendous save.
Nice move by Ruff.
Now McDonough back to DeGray. He's open at the top. Lets it fly. Kicked out by Pokey into the corner. And cleared the length of the rink by Davidson. Listen to this crowd.
Johnny Anderson's giving it to the ref. He thinks he was held in front of the net.
Now McDonough again puts the pressure back on. Richard gives pursuit. Hubie McDonough skates it back up top to Ferner at the point. Davidson gives him some pressure. Now John Anderson fakes and lets it go. McDonough run off the play by Jean-Marc Richard. McDonough still controls. Now to John Anderson. John Anderson, the shifty veteran. Davidson rides his man Ferner near the net. John Anderson still controls.
Boy, he's
now
dangerous.
back to the point. DeGray tries to break in. Quick shot goes wide. Richard tries to give chase, and he pokes it to neutral ice. Both teams are even right now, and the Komets will have another power play in 8 seconds. Hankinson pulled down on the play, but on they go. Now it's Arneal cutting it off the wing. His shot, that sails wide along the boards. Kept in by Smale. Richardson delivers the hit. Lusick steps into Arneal. Now Gruel along the boards. Lusick with Smale. Richardson high off the glass. There's Scotty Gruel. He takes the hit on the play. The Komets will control. Grant Richardson resets for the K's. They have 20 seconds of power play time still remaining from the charging penalty assessed to Renee Chapdelaine. Deep behind the goal, Malarchuk leaves it. The Komets crush the boards. Kept in at the point by Wilkie. Dumps it back into the corner for Gruel. Gruel takes the hit from McSween. Now Savage and Gruel. Taken by Ruff. Wilkie with a good job of keeping it in. His drive. Oh, almost through. Gruel with the rebound. That's all the way through. Kicked out by Malarchuk. Kept in by Wilkie again. Now Gruel turns, fires. That's through. Oh, rebound. Savage couldn't get a stick on it. Great pressure by the Komets. Both teams now even strength. McSween gives Savage a little high lumber, but on they play. Now Smale hounded by Scotty Gruel into the zone. Richardson leads the quick rush. Here come the Komets trying to catch the Gulls in a line change. Grant Richardson loses control of the puck, and the Gulls try to break out. Perry Anderson busting it off the wing. Richard catches up. Anderson for Floyd. Now the Komets turn it back up. Sylvain Couturier feeds it ahead. Igor Chibarev working on DeGray. Here's Igor. Quick shot. Oh, just kicked out by Malarchuk.
What action.
Frenzied pace right now. 7:40 to go, period 2, 3-1 Komets. Lusick takes the bump from Lambert. Now Willett off the boards for Richard. Controlled by John Anderson. Richard takes him off the play. Lambert tries to come out. Quick shot. Reddick steers it aside with the stick. Back to the point. DeGray lets it fly. Oh, traffic in front. Reddick's down. He's got the first save. Pokey's lost his stick. And here come the Komets. Kelly Hurd ahead to Chibarev. Chibarev breaks clear. Skates by one. He's hooked and pushed down. Again, no call. Willett behind the goal. He's in front. Takes the high hit. End-to-end action. Lusick pokes it into neutral ice. Kelly Hurd now. Lambert, his quick shot kicked to the corner by Reddick. Kelly Hurd high off the boards to neutral ice. We've gone about 4 straight minutes without a whistle. San Diego dumps it into the Komet corner and goes for the line change. Kays can't clear. McDonough keeps it in. Behind the Komet goal, it's Kerry Lusick. Pinched along the boards by Arneal. He dumps behind the goal. Doug Smale, one-timer by Cernich. That's right on. Pokey with a save, and he clears to the corner. Now it's Arneal coming out with the puck. Kerry Lusick. Oh, a high hit by Smale. Lusick's down. Now another high hit. That on Willett. Willett steps into his man, then Lusick takes Smale off the play. They're going for the whistle. Puck comes free. Arneal tries to squirt free. He doesn't. Back to the point. It's Hubie McDonough. McDonough skates to the slot, but here comes Kelly Hurd, and there'll be a
boards, one-on-one battles everywhere.
San Diego will go back on the power play when we come back. 6 minutes to go in period 2, 3-1 Komets.
You'd like to air condition your home, but you have no ductwork. A Unico system and Dock Dancer solves the problem. Unico air conditioning systems are perfect for homes with electric, hot water, or steam heat and can easily be installed with virtually no changes to your home. All you see are a few 2-inch air outlets in your ceiling, but what you feel is total comfort of cool, dry, draft-free air. Call Dock Dancer in Fort Wayne, Decatur, and Huntington for a no-cost analysis of your requirements.
In the 7th inning,
Defense in the playoffs especially is constant one-on-one battles. And it's harder to play defense than it is offense, so our guys are a bit tired, and that's where Boyce tried to fall on it and tie it up. And here's Lucic and Smale battling. Arneal walks out, makes a great move on Dupuis. Willie's there to intercept, goes back to the point, walked in again. Lucic just turned around and swiped at the puck and hit the offensive player in the waist, and that's what the penalty was called for.
We're back live now. 6 minutes even left in period 2. The Gulls go on the power play. McKegney behind the net, chased off by Wilkie. John Anderson tries to center, nobody home. Hankinson clears the neutral ice. Dumped quickly into the Komet corner by Larry Floyd.
Great
along
play.
The boards. Pokey clears to Wilkie, and Wilkie sends it the length of the rink.
That was an excellent play by Pokey. Saw two offensive players coming in. He swept it over to Wilkie, and Wilkie iced it.
The Komets have their best penalty killers out right now. Ian Boyce, also Dave Smith, Pete Hankinson waiting in the wings. Floyd manning the point on the Gulls power play to Gray. That goes into the corner. Johnny Anderson. Now Ken Hodge tries to feather it in front. Oh, the shot is right on, and Reddick picks up the floppy puck.
Smart play by Hodge. You saw McKegney battling Dupuis in front. He had no other option. He just wristed it softly on the net, and it deflected off the two guys in front and hit Pokey.
Pokey
was
takes
right
it
there.
off the pads, takes it right off the pads, and the puck kind of spinning end over end, doing a little flip-flop, and Pokey picked it up and then grabbed it with the glove.
Smart play by Hodge. He was getting pressure. He threw it on net, and it just hit Pokey, and Pokey was there to tie it up and not leave a rebound. John Mark pressures along the wall, and there goes Dave Smith to pressure the puck, which Hodge had, and Hodge just wristed it before he got hit by Smith. Threw it on net, and you never know what can happen.
5:14 left here in the second period. 1:12 left in the Gulls power play. 3-1 Komets. Kent Horman and Bobby J bringing you all the live action of Turner Cup Finals game number 4. And it looks like there's going to be a timeout called by the Komets to try and just take the pressure off. Again, 5:14 left here in the second period. 3-1 Komets. We'll be back.
Again, at Glenbrook Dodge Hyundai offers you Northern Indiana's largest selection.
And lowest prices ever. You'll save thousands on every new car and truck in stock.
Shadows were made for the sun, with our lowest prices ever, just $79.33.
Or Excel in a new Hyundai Excel, a new car at a used car price, starting at just $59.95.
For extra hauling power, it's the new Dakota Sport, now only $96.93.
For Fort Wayne's best selection.
And lowest prices. See Glenbrook Dodge Hyundai.
We're just minutes from everywhere.
I think the timeout was called by us, by Al Sims, just to give our best penalty killers a rest. Hankinson and Boyce have been killing penalties great all playoff, as well as John Mark and Wilkie, especially with Kerry Lucic in the box. That kind of hurts our penalty killing. So I think Al wanted to give the 4 Fort Wayne players a bit of a rest here and see if we can kill this last minute 12.
Bob, you noticed something along the San Diego bench, so a lot of hanging heads and a lot of guys looking very fatigued.
Yeah, they do look fatigued, but right now I think they're throwing everything they have at us, and if we can weather this, we're going to be in good position.
Jean-Marc Richard slaps at the length of the rink, and now a minute left in the Gulls power play. 5 minutes left in the second period. 3-1 Komets. The K's, of course, going for the sweep tonight in their first Turner Cup in 20 long years. Now Lindy Ruff can't keep it in. Here comes Boyce and Hankinson breaking out. Peter Hankinson, the quick shot. Oh, just off the glove of Malarchuk. Malarchuk leaves it back behind his own goal. Pete Hankinson tries to dig it out. What forechecking by Hankinson. Now here come the Gulls. Scott Arneal over the blue line, and that's an offside play.
Arneal has to make that play earlier because his wingers are busting. They're a bit 5 feet, 6 feet ahead of him. And JM had great position, so Arneal either has to make that play at the red line or chip it in deep and let his winger keep going. His winger had to try and pull up at the blue line and just stepped offside.
We just got word from next door. Talk about Fort Wayne sports. 8,100 fans here in the Coliseum. A packed house at Memorial Stadium of 6,000 plus, almost 15,000 fans here at the complex tonight. And are they enjoying it at the ballpark? The Wizards lead South Bend in the 7th inning, 12-0.
Talking to some of my teammates, that's why we enjoy playing here so much. You know, there's cities like San Diego and Phoenix where the weather's warm, but our fans, we think are the best in the league, and it's just a pleasure to play in a town like this.
The Komets still have a half a minute left of the San Diego power play to deal with. Lindy Ruff dumps it into the Komet zone. Dave Smith, though, finishes the check-in, hands it out, making him pay the price. Now Smith pokes the puck away, busting in off the wing. Here's Dave Smith. Tries to slip by Ruff. Oh, Smith has the puck, but it's just shoved away at the last second by DeGray. Now the Gulls break out quickly, 3-on-2. Cross ice pass to Ruff. He's open. His quick shot. McDonald throws his body in front of it and deflects it into the stands. And again, the Komets do anything to pay the price to get the job done.
In a game like this, Kent, that's the difference right there. Guys are willing to sacrifice their body to block a shot off the angle. I mean, Kevin McDonald's got a heart the size of a lion, and that's why he's wearing the C that chin is out. He just knows that Ruff's going to pound it as hard as he can, and McDonald doesn't care. It goes down and just sacrifices his body to make the play and perhaps save a goal. Sacrifice like that's what's win championships in any sports.
Just 7 seconds remain in the Gulls power play. 3-1 Komets. 4 minutes, 10 seconds remain in period 2. The Komets inch ever closer to that Turner Cup.
Here's McDonald again. He saw the puck go back to Ruff and just skated right at him, attacked him to take his space away and not give him any time to perhaps make a pass or a move, and then just went down at the last second and made a great block.
Peter Hankinson set for the faceoff against Larry Floyd of the Gulls. This has been the penalty killing unit extraordinaire. Peter Hankinson and Ian Boyce, Wilkie and Richardson on the point, and it's clear to neutralize, and Boyce gives chase to Ferner. Boyce continues to hound Ferner. He carries it into the Komet zone. Ferner goes into the corner. Leaves it for Larry Floyd. Both teams even now. Oh, the quick shot kicked out by the big pad of Reddick and cleared to neutral ice. Now it's Boyce giving chase with Floyd. Tipped back to neutral ice, and here comes Ferner. Ferner goes down. Dale DeGray just dumps it into the Komet zone, and it's 2 Gulls chasing Richard. Back to center ice they come. Joel Savage hounds his man off the play. Then it's Bob Wilkie. Wilkie, good move. Now he leaves the back pass for Savage. Savage slips through the check of Cernich. Now Hankinson leaves it back into the corner. Scotty Gruel carries, pinched along the boards. And there's a whistle and a stoppage of play. We have a goal down.
Hankinson might have caught him, or rather Savage or Hankinson might have caught him with a stick. I'm not really sure, but they were battling along the boards there, and he went down pretty hard.
Well, and again, another sign of frustration. Looks like Larry Floyd. He throws the helmet halfway across the ice.
Could have been an incidental high stick or perhaps an elbow, but we didn't see it, and obviously the ref didn't either. Okay, he's going to forecheck on Hankinson. Savage was battling with the defenseman, and it appears that him and Savage got tangled up as he was chasing Hankinson.
Well, and again, you take a look at Larry Floyd giving the referee that family look. There was no call on the play. I don't think that Walcom saw it. And again, if he got caught with anything, it would have been maybe just an accidental stick that was up that high. And Floyd didn't see it. He probably skated right into it.
He's not even cut either, so I don't know if it just nicked him on the way by, or maybe he caught an elbow and it kind of shook his head up a little bit. But Savage was battling with another guy, and Floyd was forechecking on Hankinson, so it was away from the puck.
Couturier and Hodge for the draw. Again, San Diego tries to clear. Gruel at the point. He lets the shot fly off the pad of Malarchuk. Lucic tied up on the play. Now he's pulled down by Arneal. Lucic gets back up. Arneal without his stick. They pinch along the boards, and there'll be a whistle and a face-off. 3 minutes left here in period 2. Both teams now even. The Komets lead it 3-1. San Diego has still outshot the Caves in this game, 29-20. But I don't think that is really a worry of the Komets right now, as long as the scoreboard ends up the way it reads.
If we're going to get outshot, I certainly want Pokey Reddick back there, and obviously he's been phenomenal tonight, and San Diego's throwing everything they have at us, and it's a credit to them. You know, obviously we didn't expect them to roll over, but it's tough when you're down 3-0 the other team's barn, and you're playing against Pokey Reddick, and you know, they're working as hard as they can. Lusick and Arneal were battling for the puck there, and Arneal's stick just got caught in Louis' skates.
Now the puck dumped into the Komet corner. McDonough and Wilkie go in. Wilkie feeds it ahead, kept in by McSween. His quick shot deflects to center ice. Igor feeds it ahead to Kelly Hurd, just a little too strong. Hurd and Cernich go into the corner. Hurd ridden hard off the play. Now Willett bumps into Arneal. They scrum along the boards, and there'll be a whistle and a face-off.
Willett, Hurd, and Chibarev have to be the fastest line in the league, and their speed is always a danger when they're out there.
Well, I can tell you something. There are a few extra people in here because our attendance is 8,154, and I can tell you something else. Elvis is in the building.
And he looks pretty jacked up. Wow. That was a 6-step leap.
And look at the ushers. They're afraid one of these days he's going to take the extra step and they're going to have to catch him.
Oh, that's just great. That's hockey.
Now off the draw. The Komets keep it in. Bob Wilkie, Chibarev along the boards. His shot into the body of DeGray. DeGray gives Chibarev the rough ride. Now here come the Gulls. Pass ahead to Lindy Ruff. Puck pops in the air. Hurd bumps Ruff off the play. Now it's Hodge digging along the boards. Willett tries to clear, kept in by Smale. Smale along the boards. Hurd takes over. Now he shoots it into Smale. Komets having trouble clearing the zone. Chibarev pokes it ahead, but it's DeGray. Back to Ruff, over to Dale DeGray, who's had a tough playoff. A lot of silly penalties. This guy, the leading scorer in the IHL for all defensemen this season. There's an offside call. 2 minutes left in the second period. 3-1 Komets. We'll be back.
No proper beer spilled.
Recently, an object was sighted.
It was big. Bigger than big.
Huge, huge, large, astronomically big.
Big would be an understatement.
Very big. Huge.
Some guy. Big. Huge.
When it arrives, you better not be alone. Bigfoot.
Pizza Hut.
From Pizza Hut. 2 square feet of pizza, 21 slices on a tasty new crust, $10.99 for up to 3 toppings. It's bigger than pizza. Bigfoot from Pizza Hut, a legendary value.
Gulls control the puck at center ice. Now it's Larry Floyd who's seeing a lot of ice time for the Gulls. They try and get something going. McSween goes heavily into Lusick. Now it's Perry Anderson hitting shot. Oh, shot just tipped off the goalpost.
Lucky break for us there.
Now Hankinson breaks out with Dave Smith, 2-on-2. Smith goes wide, tries to cut through the slot, puck poked away. Smith dives for it to try and keep it alive. Boyce takes his man off the play, McSween, and it's dumped into the San Diego corner. Tony McKegney at center ice. He can't get by Lusick. Now here comes Jean-Marc Richard ahead to Couturier. He just dumps it into the San Diego corner. Savage, again, he's pulled off the play. Looked like he was interfered with. No call. In fact, he ended up with some of the paraphernalia of the Gulls player, a glove and a stick. Gulls now sending 2 men in deep. Now they have 3 men in behind the Komet goal, trying to get something going. Richardson pinches his man off, and the puck is cleared to neutral ice. Less than a minute to play in the period.
Scotty Gould made a strong play there. There was a lot of traffic going on. He just got it out past McDonough outside the blue line.
Richardson shoots it in, takes the hit from Arneal. Now Dale DeGray tries to start the rush for the Gulls. Poked away by Chibarev. Now here's DeGray again. Up over center ice, but it's into the skates of Lee Davidson. Now DeGray plays it with the stick. Bats it out of the air, fires it behind the Komet goal. 30 seconds left in period 2. Savage wraps it off the boards to neutral ice into the Gull zone.
That's perfect defensive hockey right there. Just play smart, get it outside your line, and force them to come lane to the ice.
Now Cernich on the charge. Over the red line and in. Smale goes in with Hurd. Hurd takes him off the play. Lusick takes the hit, and it'll be an icing against the San Diego Gulls. Just 14 seconds remain in period 2. And Kelly Hurd with a little extracurricular work with Smale.
About time we got that old twister going up there.
Kelly Hurd made a good play there. It was an icing. And him and Smale were racing for the puck, and he knew neither one of them were going to get, or Smale possibly could have got to it first, so he just eliminated Smale and allowed Kerry Lusick to pick the puck up.
Well, another one of the cult figures of the Coliseum, the Twister really get a kick out of this, don't they?
It's great.
Well, big break for the Komets here, Bobby. Pokey's always ready, but this one got by him, but he had a little help.
That got deflected, too, right in front by the offensive player for San Diego. Hankinson left the zone a bit early, and their defense made a great play keeping it in, got an excellent shot off, and as the San Diego forward went to the net, it just hit the shaft of his stick and squeaked by Pokey and hit the post. You gotta be good to be, gotta be lucky and good at the same time, I guess, and you gotta be good to be lucky.
Just 14 seconds remain here in period 2. 3-1 Komets. Off the draw, Davidson and Hodge. Cernich behind his own goal. 10 seconds now. Cernich just flips the puck the length of the rink. There'll be no icing. 4 seconds to go. Richard just skates it behind his goal. That is the end of period 2. The Komets 20 minutes away from the Turner Cup. They lead San Diego 3-1. We'll be back with the second period intermission. You're watching the Turner Cup Finals on
Superior Auto, where 0 down delivers. When other car dealers have turned you down, turn to the auto dealer you can count on. Superior Auto, Northeast Indiana's largest used car dealer, can put you in the car you want at a price you can't afford. Simple financing, same-day credit approval, 4 easy payment plans available, and 0 down can deliver you a hassle-free Superior used car deal. Buy today, drive today, only at Superior Auto, where 0 down delivers. Fort Wayne, Angola, Decatur, Kendallville, Kokomo, and Warsaw.
When I go to town to buy new eyeglasses, I don't have time to waste. Where can I go for fast, dependable service?
Cunningham Optical One.
With 3 kids and a tight budget, where can my family get the best value in eyeglasses?
Cunningham Optical One.
How I look and see is important, and I want to buy my eyeglasses from someone I can trust. Where can I go to find quality eyewear and people who care?
Cunningham Optical One, Coldwater Road, Covington Plaza, and in Warsaw.
Mini gas station.
Oh, yeah, I like the car.
When this house was built, flower power was the rage.
Conserving power wasn't.
It has an old, inefficient central air unit.
By replacing it with a high-efficiency electric heat pump, you're installing the most efficient cooling and heating system available today.
In fact, you could save enough on your winter heating bills to practically pay for your summer air conditioning.
Gives a whole new meaning to power to the people.
Ooh, groovy idea.
No, it's a smart idea.
For more heat pump information, call Indiana Michigan Power.
If your car has a minor ding or is a major disaster, get it to Al Grant's. Al Grant's Body and Paint. For over 50 years, they've been making the wrong things right again, turning dents and disasters into automotive delights. Imports, domestics, cars, trucks, or vans. They're the ones who care enough to make it right for you. Al Grant's Body and Paint Shop on New Haven Avenue, east off US 30, or on Coldwater Road across from Glenbrook. Get to the pros. Al Grant's Body and Paint Shop.
Ken Horman back at the Coliseum. As my old coach Eddie Long used to say, just 20 minutes to Broadway, 2 periods in the books. The Komets lead the San Diego Gulls by the score of 3-1. And just one more period, perhaps, before the Komets have the Turner Cup. Well, you know, as we've said all along, the Komets have caught the eye of just about everybody in North American hockey. And when you get to the finals of a minor league playoff series, they draw the attention of a lot of National Hockey League scouts. I'm joined by Kevin Maxwell, who is a scout for the Hartford Whalers. And Kevin, when you take a look at a Turner Cup final situation, I'm sure you're looking at a lot of things. 2 tremendous hockey clubs. Have you been surprised with what you've seen in this series? Obviously, San Diego would have gone in as the favorite.
Yeah, I was really kind of taking my time getting to this series because I thought I'd be a little longer, but looks like it's going to be 4 straight. It's been pretty good hockey game so far.
When you're scouting, obviously, for the Whalers, and I'm sure they have certain needs, what are you looking for? I mean, obviously, things will jump right out at you, like the play of Pokey Reddick, but you can look for a lot of different things, not only off the stat sheet, but you look for probably some heart and some character and guys that really want it.
Yeah, well, Igor Shibarev is certainly the guy that we're looking at. We need some skill on our hockey club, and we're hoping that we can draft him, but I'm sure there's 25 other teams that are after him too. But you're right, Al Sims has done a heck of a job here. I don't think they have as much talent, but they seem to have more heart, so it's going to be interesting. Like you said, it's 20 minutes, and we'll see what happens.
You know, you talk about needing a scorer and a guy who could put the puck in the net like an Igor Shibarev. Other needs the Whalers.
I can give you a prediction. When we hit against Worth, hey, it won't be near as easy as what they had it all tonight.
From a man that hit 4, and then you got his little chirping buddy up here that hit 6.
But first,
Roll Tide! Alabama!
the Women's College World Series.
That's how our team is. We're loose and fun, and we really enjoyed it all.
I guess that doesn't have a whole lot to do with plate spinning. Sorry, plate spinners.
Heads up.
93-94 Comet Hockey season ticket information at the Comet office or the Coliseum ticket office starting tomorrow. Don't miss out on the 93-94 season of Comet Hockey action. Comet Hockey, the hottest ticket in town.
Gigantic Glenbrook Dodge Hyundai offers you Northern Indiana's largest selection.
And lowest prices ever. You'll save thousands on every new car and truck in stock.
Choose from a huge selection of the world's #1 selling minivan, Dodge Caravan, under $14,000.
Sporty Dodge Shadows as low as $79,33.
Or drive America's newest luxury family sedan, Dodge Intrepid, just $16,995.
For Fort Wayne's best selection.
And lowest prices. See Glenbrook Dodge Hyundai.
We're just minutes from everywhere.
Recently, an object was sighted.
It was big. Bigger than big.
Huge, huge, large, astronomically big.
Big would be an understatement.
Very big. Huge.
Some guy. Big. Huge.
When it arrives, you better not be alone. Bigfoot.
Pizza Hut.
From Pizza Hut. 2 square feet of pizza. 21 slices on a tasty new crust. $10.99 for up to 3 toppings. It's bigger than pizza. Bigfoot from Pizza Hut. A legendary value.
The Fort Wayne Occupational Health Center, efficient case management of on-the-job injuries. Pre-employment screening for the abuse of drugs and other health problems. Working to get employees back to work as quickly as possible without risk to them. Conveniently located in all the convenience clinics throughout Northeast Indiana, the Occupational Health Center is the leader in keeping Northeast Indiana working.
And Comet defenseman Bobby J back at the Coliseum. 1 goal scored in the second period, and it was a big one for the Komets.
That was a great play by Igor, as we said earlier. He made a pass down to Sylvain Couturier. Couturier steps out there, which is a great play, and shoots it on net. He's in tight traffic, so Malarchuk really doesn't have much to do but go down. The rebound comes right out to Igor, who's coming to the net, and he puts it right back in before Malarchuk can recover.
And again, Pokey Reddick, some huge saves for the Komets, but some scary moments in that second period. He was drilled twice.
Yeah, Pokey's kind of a small guy, as tough as he is, and, you know, when you get run like that, it's pretty dangerous, and, you know, he was banged up pretty good. Maybe got the wind knocked out of him, but, you know, fortunately for us, he wasn't hurt seriously, and he's such a competitor that even if he had a pretty big bang, that he's going to try and hang in there and play if he can, and, you know, he looks pretty banged up here as Joe Fountain's talking to him, and Joe's excellent with him. You know, Joe's worked with him all year with small injuries and knows exactly how Pokey feels and when, and Joe did a good job of just telling him he's all right, and, you know, stuck with him, and Pokey got back up, and, you know, obviously the 8,154 and 2 right here, that it was a good sign for the Komets.
You know, none of the players, the team owners, nobody in management, the coach, nobody has talked about the Komets winning the Turner Cup, and they probably won't for at least another 20 minutes. But if you're into statistics, folks, try this on for size. The Komets are 41, 1, and 3 when leading after 2 periods. San Diego is 4, 11, and 2 when trailing after 2 periods. So again, we don't want to put the cart ahead of the horse, and we don't want to start filling the cup with the champagne yet, but you have to like the Komets' chances as we head into the final 20 minutes of play, perhaps, of the IHL season.
Yeah, you do, and, you know, I'd rather be in our position right now than theirs, obviously, but it's really an unwritten rule that players don't talk about it, and although I'm up here, you know, it's hard for me to say that we're going to win it, but we're in just the position we want to be at this stage.
Here we go, set for what could be the final 20 minutes of action here at the Coliseum. 3-1, the Fort Wayne Komets not only trying for their first Turner Cup in 20 years, but trying to become a part of hockey history. Only one other team has swept 3 7-game series on their way to a championship. That's the old Hershey Bears back in the late 80s. Off the draw, the puck goes deep into Komet territory. Kerry Lusick behind the goal. Fed ahead to Lee Davidson. Davidson to Hankinson off the wing. Hankinson working one-on-one. Fires the quick shot into the glove of Malarchuk, and he holds on for the face-off.
The key here for Fort Wayne is just to play everything smart but aggressive. You know, when you're having trouble along our boards inside the blue line, just chip it out, get it outside, and force them to regroup. And when you're at their blue line offensively, if you don't have a great break, just make sure you keep it in deep behind their net. Force them to come to the length of the ice and beat five of our players plus Pokey. Hankinson just takes the puck wide, realizes that he's, you know, getting skated off the angle and gets it on net before he's too far into the corner to do any damage. It was a good shot. It was an easy save from Malarchuk, but sometimes those things, rebounds can kick out or he could misjudge it. It's a good play by Hankinson.
Couturier on the draw against Hodge to the left of Malarchuk. Puck goes deep into the Gulls corner. DeGray wraps it around the boards. Up ahead for Perry Anderson. His pass for Hodge. He gets over the line, dumps it into the Komet zone. Now it's Savage bumping off with Smale. Oh, a cheap shot from behind by Perry Anderson.
That could have been the cheapest shot of the series, Kent. I mean, he's vulnerable, not even looking. Anderson just runs him from behind and knocks him right into the boards. That could be a major, too, but I don't know if Walken would call it at this stage of the game.
Well, if he did, it could potentially break the Gulls back. But again, that's one of the things they've put into hockey to try and clean it up, is the hitting from behind, especially with you're within that 3 to 4 foot range of the boards. And then again, just a terrible cheap shot by Perry Anderson, who's not exactly known as one of the more gentlemanly players in the league.
Well, there's one thing from playing your role and deliberately trying to hurt somebody. Let's see what happens here. Now, Lusak's not even looking, and Anderson just, you know, hits him from behind. I think the picture speaks for itself right there.
Just 35 seconds into the final period. Lusick is up, looking for the number of that truck. The Komets go on the power play, and they have a chance to just about break it open. So far, the Komets have 20 shots on goal. They're 2 of 6 on the power play, 9 shots with the man advantage. The Gulls have 29 total shots. They're 0 for 5 on the power play. They've had 14 shots with the man advantage, but again, the Komets and Pokey Reddick have just done an outstanding job of shutting off the powerful San Diego Gulls. 19:20 left in the third period. The Komets lead 3-1. Bob Wilkie with the long pass, just a little too strong for Couturier. DeGray controls and dumps it the length of the rink.
San Diego's playing real aggressive here. They're just throwing all caution to the wind and trying to attack Fort Wayne.
Quick pass up the middle to Couturier. Now Wilkie busting it off the wing, tries to be rough. Wilkie tries to cut in, takes the slash. Oh, it's centered off a couple of skates. Wilkie regains control. Now poked away by Lindy Ruff. Ruff set sail up ice. Richard dives for him. Wilkie back checks and drills him. Pokey again makes the save. He's run into by Ruff, and Reddick is again down. And this time it looks like he got his leg jammed into the goalpost.
He could be really hurt. That was Lindy Ruff, 225 pounds, going full speed, sliding right into him.
Well, one thing's for sure, Pokey's getting a lot of TV time tonight.
Now, Lindy Ruff made a great play, and Wilkie did all he could there just to thwart Ruff from coming in. Dove and hit the puck, and Pokey's leg got caught up on the post. If you watch his right leg here, it goes right into the post and just pulled his leg a bit. But he's up on his knees, one knee now, and he seems to be all right. Joe Franke's getting a pretty good workout tonight.
Well, you know, here's a little known fact. At least I didn't know this until a couple of days ago, but Pokey has a younger brother who plays goal in the East Coast League. Of course, we have Eldon Pokey Reddick. Get ready for this. The Raleigh Ice Caps have a goalie named Stan Smokey Reddick.
Yeah, that's right.
Pokey and Smokey.
Danny Lambert and Bob Wilkie played junior together, and they played with Smokey Reddick on Swift Current, Saskatchewan, Swift Current Broncos.
Well, I first heard the story from trainer Joe Franke and Bob Chase, and they were trying to stifle grins, and I thought they were pulling my leg. And I said, next thing you're going to tell me is there's a third brother, Hokie. And they said, no kidding. So we looked it up in the stats, and sure enough, Stan Reddick played 42-odd games for the Raleigh Ice Caps, had about a 3.86 goals against average. Pokey and Smokey. Well, this Pokey is smoking so far in the playoffs. Grant Richardson controls behind the Komet goal. Now he sets up, and here come the Komets trying to rush out and see what they can do on this power play.
Just can't try to get too pretty here. Just keep it simple.
Smith dumps it in deep into the San Diego zone. Malarchuk clears along the boards. Hurd wrapped up by McDonough. Puck goes between the legs of Willett. Now it's Smith with the back pass. Chibarev in deep. Richardson dumps it behind the goal for Willett. Now it's Smith with the puck. Komets spread it out. Willett behind the goal. Paul Willett back to the top of the circle. Now Richardson, the one-timer. Low shot. Oh, the post. Rebound. Willett scores!
What a great play by Kelly Hurd and Grant Richardson. Great play by all 5 players. They worked it around. Excellent. Boy, that's a big, big goal.
Listen to this crowd.
This is unbelievable. This is the best I've seen in 3 years. Brooms everywhere.
Well, Bobby, the theme of the playoffs has been San Diego has taken silly penalties, and the Komets have made them pay at almost every opportunity.
Yeah, it has. And usually in the playoffs, what wins this is the same thing we talked about in the first period, those one-time shots. Across the ice, it forces the goalie to move quick. Malarchuk made a good initial save on Richardson. The rebound slid off and hit the short side post. Bounced out. Willett attacked the net, which is what Fort Wayne's been doing all week, is attacking the offensive net, got the rebound, and got it up in the air. That's what's most important about those rebound shots. You got to get them up in the air because the goalie's usually down.
The K's third power play goal in 7 opportunities. Willett's 7th goal of the playoffs. The assists go to Richardson and Kelly Hurd. The Komets have a 4-1 lead, and they are less than 18 minutes away from the Turner Cup.
And number 27, Kelly Hurd.
We got an icing here, Kent. Lee Davidson made a great play. The puck came around the boards, just slapped it out. Smart hockey, and went down past the goal line. So
the Komets are called for icing. 4-1 K's will be back.
Willett, assist for Richardson, 27 Hurd.
Empty Nest, Mad About You and Sisters will be seen tomorrow beginning at 12 noon. Now, stay tuned for a TV 33.
Komets fans are going crazy, and those brooms are starting to be hoisted just a little bit higher. Oh, quick shot by Hodge, and Reddick with the save. Now the Komets try to break out, but that's poked away by the Gulls. Now Ian Boyce. He carries it in, but offside. It's a delayed call. Gulls try to clear, but Kerry Lusick standing up deep at neutral ice, dumps it back in. Now it's Ferner with the pass ahead, just tipped by Hodge, controlled by Guy Dupuis. What a playoff Dupuis has had once he got into the series. Filling in for the injured Bobby J, who's with us tonight. Now Dupuis has it go off his stick, but Richard is there. He tries to bat it out, and that goes up into the paying customers.
What a great play. Guy stepped up there and tried to force the play. Unfortunately, it hit off his stick and went into our zone, and there was a race for the puck. John Mark had a long way to go, but with his speed, he got to it first and chipped it out of the rink.
16:52 left in the game. 4-1 Komets will be back.
Service isn't something that we owe you, or it isn't just the repair of a vehicle problem. It's the way that we feel you should be treated as a person and as a friend and as a customer. It's important.
It's just a thing to do and just a way to do business.
Crumpack Simon Chevrolet Geo. Come talk to us.
16:52 remaining in the third period. 4-1 Komets. Couturier on the draw. Puck pulled back toward Reddick. He just puts the big mid over it and takes the face-off.
Boy, Couturier's been strong on face-offs all series. Such a big kid, and he's got great hands and good anticipation. He's been playing wing a bit, but an important defensive face-off right here against one of the best centermen in the league, Hugo McDonough, and he's just a strong kid and a good centerman.
McDonough on the draw with Couturier. Couturier again wins it. Grant Richardson behind his goal. Skates it up, tries to get it by Gruel. Gruel just pumps it along the boards. Lindy Ruff being chased by Savage. Savage puts the big hack on Lindy Ruff, and Ruff drops the gloves. And Savage will go off with a slash. Kind of a silly penalty at this point in time. But again, you really wonder how badly hurt Lindy Ruff is. That was a pretty healthy two-hander by Savage, but it looks like Ruff is trying for style points.
Well, Joel just came in to make a forecheck play there, and it was a pretty hard slash, but it seemed to be high up on the elbow, and I know Joel's a pretty good friend of Lindy Ruff's because they played in Rochester together, so I would have to say just by their friendship that I don't think it was obviously intentional. Tried to hack or slash down on his stick and possibly make him turn the puck over, and he accidentally got him high on the elbow. There's a little weak spot in your elbow pad right at the crack where you bend, and I'm sure that's where it hit him, and sometimes it hits your funny bone and is really sore.
That's a good point, Bobby. And again, yeah, probably got him a stinger right there, and he lost all feeling. I was just kind of curious there for an instant to see if maybe the books would be balanced and there might be a 5-minute call. Oh, and there's our second octopus of the night on the ice, just behind the San Diego goal.
Looks like an aquarium out there. We got more fish out there than in the lakes around here.
The Gulls again go on the power play. Hodge, Tony McKegney, Denny Lambert. On the point will be Floyd and DeGray.
This is a big kill right here.
Penalty killers will be Ian Boyce and Peter Hankinson. Richard and the Iron Man, Kerry Lusick on defense. Now here come the Gulls breaking up. Floyd dumps it in. McKegney taken off the play by Hankinson. Lusick can't control along the boards. Now it's behind the Comet goal. Richard with the heavy hit on McKegney. He takes the high bump from Lambert, and it's cleared the length of the rink. Malarchuk has to come out and play it as Hankinson comes into forecheck. Malarchuk wraps it around his own boards. Now DeGray tries to clear. Look at Ian Boyce dig along the boards. Kept in by Hankinson. Hankinson still keeps it in. Tries to feed it to Boyce. The lumber gets high. Out comes San Diego. Now it's McKegney. What a job by Hankinson. The Komets just stifling the Gulls at their own blue line. Now the quick shot, and that bounces off the blocker of Pokey Reddick. Ken Hodge, oh, the centering pass, tipped by Lambert. Reddick with the save, and he dives out to cover it up. And the Komets clear the zone. Here's Lambert trying to get in it with Boyce. And the Gulls have nothing left but frustration. 15:32 left in period number 3. The Gulls with still a minute of power play time left, but they can't dent the armor of Pokey Reddick.
Lambert just came in again late after the whistle. He's the same guy that did it in the first period and just jabbed at the puck as Pokey had it tied up. I think he called a penalty on Jean-Marc Richard and Lambert. They just threw it on net. They had a guy out front, and it was a good save there and a good hit by Richard. Richard gets knocked down by Lambert. Pokey ties it up, and Lambert comes in and just jabs at it. There's Lambert and Richard as they walk out front now. They create a screen in front of Pokey. Good play by Kerry Lusick without a stick. It's knocked down. Reddick ties it up, and here comes Lambert just to jab his stick right in the glove of Reddick.
Richard goes off 2 minutes for roughing. Lambert gets 2 minutes for slashing. So it'll be 4-on-3 now.
Ken, I'll tell you, a 4-on-3 sometimes is more difficult to defend against than a 5-on-4. A lot more open ice, and with 3 guys defending, you have a lot more area to cover. But it's going to be matching penalties, so it'll stay 5-on-4. That's a break for us.
Now DeGray controls the puck at the point. Here's Dale DeGray. Now Arneal. Back to DeGray at the point. McSween fakes the shot, dumps it toward the corner. Now it's Richardson taking the hit from Arneal. Davidson along the boards, picks out an opening. Oh, DeGray does a good job keeping it on. But Smith gets to it and dumps it the length of the rink.
DeGray's done a great job keeping that puck in all night. He's got good hands and good anticipation.
Now it's Arneal dumping it into the corner. Gulls try to center. There's Smith. Smith shoots it into a crowd kept in by San Diego. Now it's McDonough. Tries to center. Arneal goes it between his legs. Then it's flipped into the crowd by Pete Hankinson.
I'll tell you, Hankinson's just such a hustler and a great skater that, you know, although he's a bit small, he's just so strong on his skates because of his balance and his skating ability that it's hard to knock off the puck, and with his speed, he's always in the play. He and Boyce have just been unbelievable for us all year, but especially in these playoffs. Their speed is what's been killing San Diego.
16 seconds remain in the San Diego power play. .14:51 remains in the game.
With the way Pokey's playing right now, you know, you have to be a little disappointed if you're San Diego or a little nervous, but, you know, when you're a desperate team, that's when things can happen for you because you just play as hard as you can and you know you have nothing to lose, so hopefully we can weather that.
McSween dumps it into the Komet zone. Richardson turns and fires. Oh, it hits Hodge in the rear end, but it's kept in the Komet zone. Here's Hodge, top of the circle. Quick drive, save Reddick. Rebound. Pokey comes out to cut the angle down. Smale behind the net tries to center. Now it's McSween. Oh, the shot goes through the crease by Hodge. Another quick shot off Pokey and off the post.
What a save.
The Komets fire at the length of the rink. The penalty is over. This will be an icing. Lindy Ruff with the touch. The Komets take the pressure off. Just over 14 minutes remain in the third period. 4-1 Komets.
Pokey's been unbelievable all playoffs, but this is absolutely his best game.
Well, the Komets are changing lines right now. We've got 14 minutes to play. 4-1 Komets. You're watching the Turner Cup Finals on TV 33.
Gigantic Glenbrook Dodge Hyundai offers you Northern Indiana's largest selection.
And lowest prices ever. You'll save thousands on every new car and truck in stock.
Like Elantra, with more standard features than any in its class. Elantra, just $82.33.
For the family, it's Caravan. Choose from a huge selection starting under $14,000.
Or choose Sporty Dodge Spirit, just $11,334.
For Fort Wayne's best selection.
And lowest prices. See Glenbrook Dodge Hyundai.
We're just minutes from everywhere.
14 minutes on the nose left in the third period. 4-1 Komets. San Diego starts the rush. Perry Anderson. Dave Smith with the great back checking to stop the rush. Now it's Ferner back in his own end. Circles behind his own net. Smith just goes right through the pick. And it's Ferner into the Komet zone. John Anderson tries to weave through the slot. Puck taken away by Dave Smith. He just feathers the pass into the San Diego zone.
Smart play by Smith, just getting it out and out of trouble.
Anderson dumps it into the Komet zone. Lucic goes after John Anderson with the hack out of frustration. Kerry Lucic just flips it back to neutral ice, and here comes Ian Boyce. Boyce onside, works by DeGray. Boyce tries to cut in. DeGray takes him right into Malarchuk, and then gives him a shove. There's DeGray and Boyce. Oh, and Boyce gives him a 5 of clubs. Now Rupp comes in from behind. And again, more frustration.
It's important for us now just to stay disciplined. It hurts, it's tough to do, but when you're getting punched in the face with a glove on, but you just have to turn the other cheek. In 13 minutes, none of these punches will hurt. Boise with his speed outside, just, determined to get to the net. DeGray's a good skater as well. Boise comes in hard. DeGray makes a great play, but pushes Boise right into Malarchuk. You can't blame Boise for that. There's absolutely no way he could have stopped. And DeGray fell on him after he was in the crease.
13 minutes, 14 seconds remain in the hockey game. The Komets lead 4-1. What a run this has been for their first Turner Cup in 20 years.
2 minutes holding and 2 minutes roughing.
DeGray gets a double minor, 2 for holding and 2 for roughing.
Number 8, Ian Boyce, 2 minutes roughing.
And Ian Boyce goes 2 minutes for roughing, so the Komets again will have another power play.
It's really important here, Kent, even though we have a 4-1 lead and we're on a power play, just to make sure that we don't let up a bit, because when you get a man up, sometimes the tendency is to relax a little bit and think they have it easy, but this is the time to work extra hard and utilize having a man advantage.
Well, you can just start to see the steam come out of the sails of the San Diego Gulls. Heads are hanging. They're a little slower to and from their bench. And I think right now, Bob, there's still plenty of time to go, but I think the Komets can start to feel it, and especially if they could cash on this power play.
I really believe that as focused as we've been throughout the playoffs and the even keel we've kept, that we still know there's a job to do here with 13 minutes left. And San Diego's obviously showing a lot of character tonight and playing as hard as they did, but, a goal here would really, really hurt them.
Puck back to the point. Wilkie keeps it in right on the line. The one-time shot just wide by Richard. Oh, they called it offside.
That was right on the line. It might have squeaked out, but the linesman was right there, so I'm sure he made a good call.
Satellite TV on 3 big screens. Our place features a full lunch and dinner menu. Our place with a good time.
I think it was a good call, Ken. It was tough to tell because Wilkie's stick was screening our view, but the linesman had a good view at it, and they've done a pretty good job all night, so I think he made a good call.
Well, you can tell the crowd is really starting to feel it. We got a beach ball on the ice. Couturier, Savage, and Gruel out for the Komets, along with Richard and Wilkie, McDonough, McSween, Arneal, and Lindy Ruff. Arneal just pumps it into the Komet zone. Wilkie. Now Couturier back to Wilkie. Bob Wilkie Couturier dumps it into the Komet zone. Wilkie taken off the play by Arneal. Ruff wraps it along the boards to neutralize. Now Richard chases into his own zone.
Nice play by Jean-Marc, skated away from the pressure and regrouped.
Richard feeds Gruel on the wing. Gruel with a slick move. He breaks in. Oh, tries to feed the pass. Gruel still has it centered. Scramble in front. Komets can't come up with it, and out breaks Larry Floyd of the Gulls. Floyd with the long shot. Oh, it hits a stick and bounces, and Reddick clears. Now it's Scotty Gruel. And behind the play, the puck comes off the net. Smale ran into the Komet crease. Now Smale trying to talk to Richard. He just skates away from him.
Jean-Marc's been unbelievable tonight. The other night he had a sore knee. He got a bruise on it from getting hit with a shot out in San Diego and could barely walk. And, you know, he had trouble skating the other night, but tonight he's just flying. He looks great out there.
Shots favor San Diego as they have since the outset, 35-23, but on the scoreboard it is 4-1 in favor of the Fort Wayne Komets. 12:26 remaining in the third period, still 1 minute and 13 seconds left in the Komet power play.
Team defense has been great for Fort Wayne, but the defensemen especially have just been strong all series. I have to put a little plug in for them. I told them I would, but really they deserve a lot of credit because it's dirty work and they've been doing it great.
Oh, Willett with a great job of keeping the puck in. Takes Smale off the play. Igor with a good behind-the-back pass. Now Smith tries to lead, but Smale is there. Ahead to Floyd. San Diego trying to put some pressure on shorthanded. Puck right in the slot, but Richardson feeds it ahead. Now Smith to Chibarev. Chibarev weaves into the zone, and he draws Dave Smith offside. One thing, Bob, I would say at this stage of the game with 12 minutes to go in a 3-goal lead, you want to play north-south hockey.
Yeah, Dave Smith showed incredible poise for a rookie this year and stepped in the playoffs and played phenomenal. But I think he tried to do a little bit too much there with a drop pass in the offensive zone and turned it over. And, you know, he was just trying to go to the net there, which was a good play on this last play. And Igor had to make a move because the defenseman stood up on him, so he had to go laterally, and that drew Smitty offside. But, you know, Smitty's a heads-up player and maybe made a bit of a mistake with the drop pass, but he's played strong all night and in all playoffs for us.
12 minutes remain in the match. 4-1 Komets. Smith, Savage, and Gruel. Wilkie, Richard. McSween, McDonough.
Smith is another strong face-off man.
Arneal also out along with Ruff, but Gruel takes the puck. Just backhands it into the zone. Smith tries to chase. Kind of skated off the play by Malarchuk. Savage keeps it alive for the Komets, but it's poked ahead, and Lindy Ruff breaks out. Here's Lindy Ruff splitting the defense. Ruff goes in, but a good play by Richard. Now Smith can't quite clear the zone, but Arneal skates it out. Now Jean-Marc Richard. What a playoffs he's had. Gruel breaks in. He's onside. Here's Scotty Gruel. He feeds a pass. Score!
What a pass by Richard, and a great play by Gruel. That could be it, Kent. Wow, is that a great play?
Almost a carbon copy of San Diego. Scotty Gruel breaking in, deking the defenseman out of the position, and feeding Joel Savage. And look at Scotty Gruel. He can taste it.
You can see almost every one of our goals tonight has been from guys going to the net as hard as they can. Gruel beat the defenseman wide on the short side here, and Savage just kept going to the net knowing he was never out of the play. Scotty heads up play at the end, saw him, fed it over, and Savage just tapped it in the open net. Just great hustle by everybody on the ice. That's a beautiful goal to watch.
Pandemonium in the jungle.
There's an old adage in hockey, if you go to the net, things happen. And Fort Wayne's been going to the net all night. San Diego's been trying to do it as well and has had some opportunities from it, but our defense, I think, has done a better job of, you know, not allowing their players to get to the net.
11 and a half minutes remain in the game. 5-1 Komets. Davidson just dumps it into the zone. He takes the slash from Lambert. Ferner wraps it along the boards. Funny bounce, and here comes Hodge. Hodge ahead to Cernich. Cernich carries in, tries to hit Chapdelaine. There'll be more penalties handed out, and it looks like it'll be Dave Smith going off for holding. Dave Smith will go off with 11 minutes and 11 seconds to go. He'll be called for the holding.
Dudley doesn't look too happy over there. I'm not really sure why. You know, they have a power play right now, but I think he's just pretty frustrated at the whole thing.
The goal by Joel Savage, his third of the playoffs. The assist to Scotty Gruel, who looks like he'll end his brilliant career with another Turner Cup ring. And Jean-Marc Richard, his 4th point of the night. The Gulls go back on the power play, and really, Komets have them right where they want them, because San Diego has just been terrible on the power play.
Well, right now you're doing everything you can to jinx the Komets, Kent, but I don't really think it's a question that San Diego has struggled a bit on the power play, but wow.
Well, this to me says the wheels have completely come off. San Diego's going to get a power play. You called it. You saw Dudley going nuts. He gets a bench minor. Now it looks like he's about ready to throw a water bottle.
He's really frustrated. I mean, you know, it's tough for a coach. I'm sure he's a disciplined coach, disciplinarian, and see his players kind of lose their cool during the game and during the series. You know, there's only so much he can do. He's obviously an excellent coach because of the success he's had in the past, but there's only so much he can do, and sometimes it just gets too frustrating. But he's really upset now.
Well, look at him. He's taking his ring off and waving it at the referee. The Komet power play has just been lethal.
You know, it's frustrating sometimes when you feel you haven't been given a fair shake. You know, that's not for us to say whether he has or not, or the Gulls have, but you know, it's hard not to, you know, to say he shouldn't do it, because when you're on that side, it's easy to lose your cool like that.
Well, the Komets have had 4 power play goals twice this season. They had 5 goals in game 1 against San Diego, and you have to like the K's chances now. 11 minutes to play. Both teams skating even. Richardson takes the hit. Davidson tries to keep the puck alive. Listen to the crowd. You can hear them. They are chanting sweep.
Fort Wayne has to make sure they have guys back here, because San Diego's sending everyone.
So, Bobby, you winced when I talked about things looking good, but I'm not sure anything could stop this hockey club. Not even the so-called 33 jinx. That shot by Ferner just whistles through the Komet crease and goes back to neutral ice. And there it is, the jinx. Komets 0-4 in the last 433 telecasts.
I'm not looking at any of that. I don't
We're
want to talk
about to get off the schneid, ladies and gentlemen. 10 minutes to the cup.
It's a lot of time, Kent.
Boyce, ahead to Savage. Savage tries to leap for Boyce. Oh, Boyce has it poked away by McSween. And Savage is just hauled down and held.
It's just, maybe that's one of the reasons we've been successful, because Al's preached to us all playoff that you don't have anything won yet until you finish the job. And, you know, that's what's been good about us, that we're so focused. And, you know, playing a team as good as San Diego is perhaps a blessing, because we're so wary of them and afraid that they're going to come back, that we just keep our minds on what we have to do the whole game. And I don't think we have anything won yet until 9 minutes and 53 seconds. But I like the position we're in.
I was going to say, I kind of like the spot you're in there, pal. Draw goes back to Lindy Ruff. Ruff carries into the Komet zone. Both teams now skating 4-on-4. Now McSween dumps it in. Smale gives chase. Pokey behind his net. Dumps it along the boards. Ruff tries to keep it in and does, but Gruel loses control back in the Komet zone. Richard tries to take over. Jean-Marc Richard. He's stabbed off the play. No call. Falls in the puck, and there'll be a whistle. 9:24 to the cup.
Good hustle by Smale. He stayed with his check and chased Jean-Marc down and forced the whistle inside the zone.
You know, one thing we have to say, you have to give the San Diego Gulls some credit, because they didn't win 62 regular season games by accident. Tremendous hockey club. A dozen or so guys with NHL experience, but it looks like when you have the experience or the NHL contractor mentality, you can still be beaten by a lot of guys with a lot of work ethic and a lot of heart.
Hard work goes a long way.
9:24 left in period number 3. 5-1 Komets. Ken Horman and Bobby J. Pleased as punch to bring you the Turner Cup Finals on TV 33. We could be looking at the last 9 minutes of this IHL season, and what a season it's been for the Fort Wayne Komets. Cernich makes the touch, and it'll be icing. 9 minutes, 7 seconds remain in the game. 5-1 Komets. We'll be back.
Come get it. You've grown a foot since yesterday. Good shot.
Oh, thanks, Mom.
Now, how about a real game of ball?
9 minutes left in period number 3. The Komets control the puck. Both teams now at even strength. Grant Richardson behind his goal, lets it slip by. Boyce along the boards. He takes a big bump. Back to center ice now. Gulls come out. Ken Hodge. And Pete Hankinson just wraps it deep into the San Diego zone. Malarchuk comes out to play.
It's just great hustle all the time, everywhere.
He backhands it along the boards. Hankinson steps into his check. Now to center ice. Komets again control. Here's Hankinson breaking in off the wing. One man to beat. Hankinson with a quick wrist shot, kicked out by Malarchuk. Now Smith just takes his time, weaving along the boards. He won't try for the faceoff. Chibarev trying to come out with it. Comes out the center. Here come the Gulls. Wilkie falls down, but quickly gets back up. And San Diego dumps it in and goes for the line change. Shap the lane behind the net. Puck comes out high. McKegney over to Ruff. His quick shot, side of the net. Now it's Chibarev along the boards. Pokes it to neutral ice. And again, the Gulls reset. Lindy Ruff coming in hard. He has the lone Gulls go tonight. It was the first goal of the game. That puck centered in front, but kicked back into the corner. Another quick drive. Pokey with the save, and he hangs on.
Same shot as the goal, Kent. Lindy Ruff coming down right off the circle, off angle, and got a cannon go. That time the puck was flat. I really feel the first goal might have dipped a bit on Pokey, because that one was just as hard a shot, and Pokey was right there for a good save. Lindy Ruff's played great tonight for San Diego. I think he's been their hardest worker and their leader, and you know, he's done a lot for them. It just seems that you know, he hasn't had all the guys out there with him. It's one of those things where maybe we frustrated him, and you know, they just can't get anything going. But he's really worked hard.
Davidson on the draw with Larry Floyd. Puck drawn back by the Gulls, but it crosses the line back to neutral ice. Lindy Ruff waits for his team to clear, then rips it into the corner. Hard off the boards. Davidson takes his man. Now Kerry Lusick behind his own goal. Lusick along the shin pads of Joel Savage. Just dumped in now. And offside, Scotty Gruel.
Good call. That was the same play on the goal. Our center used the boards as an angle to hit Scotty behind the defenseman for San Diego. And that time Scotty was a little anxious and just cut over the blue line before he picked the puck up.
In case you've just joined us, Lindy Ruff opened the scoring at the 7:01 mark. The first goal of the game for the Gulls. But then the Komets have answered with 5 straight. Willett, Wilkie, Chibarev, Willett again, his 7th of the playoffs, and Joel Savage. 5-1 Komets. 7:28 remains in period 3. Grant Richardson. Has he ever stepped up during the playoffs?
He's played great. Strong and smart, and contributed offensively as well.
Now McDonough. Off the skates of Gruel, he clears his zone, but Smith takes it in just a little too soon, and offside is called.
Smith was coming towards his forehand, and Scotty was behind him. He knew he was inside the zone, had to wait, but unfortunately couldn't see him, and just tried to time it right, and Scotty hadn't cleared the zone yet. I think one of the reasons, Kent, that we played so well against San Diego especially is because we respect them so much. I mean, we know all these players they have, and we know how good they are. And we've commented at times that they become undisciplined, but we're still very, very wary of them. And you know, that's one of the reasons we've worked so hard, I think.
Dave Smith and Hubie McDonough. Smith wins the draw. Wilkie just dumps it into the San Diego zone. Now it's Cord Cernich. Quick pass ahead to Arneal. He's taken off the play by Wilkie. Richard tries to clear the zone. Cernich keeps it in. Now Gruel hard off the board. Smith ahead. He's got Savage breaking up center ice. Joel Savage, the quick drive. Oh, that just whistles wide.
Boy, he's got a cannon.
All the way back to center ice, and Richard just takes his time. High pass goes off the stick of Smale. Now Doug Smale, and he gets called for playing the puck with the stick above the shoulders. That'll draw a face-off. 6.5 minutes remain in the game. 5-1 Komets. They won the Turner Cup in 1963, 1965, 1973, and folks, they are 6.5 minutes away from 1993.
It's just great for everybody in here. You know, the fans have stuck by us through thick and thin. We had a good year 2 years ago, but last year we struggled a bit in the playoffs, unfortunately with some injuries. And, you know, I'm happy for the fans almost as much as happy for my teammates.
Well, and this from a hockey club that, oh, by the way, started the season 2-7, and this is basically the same guys.
Guess we peaked at the right time.
Well, you always like to win your final game of the season because only one team does it. Now 6 minutes left in the match. McKegney along the boards, just dumps it to center ice. Lusick feeds it back into the San Diego zone. DeGray along the boards. Richardson just fires it right back in. The Komets now working a little clock, going to the shorter shifts. The fans getting into it. Ferner along the boards. He's pulled down by Willett, and there'll be a Komet penalty. Paul Willett will go down for the hooking. 5:49 left in the game. 5-1 Komets. You're watching the Turner Cup Finals on TV 33.
All Kawasaki water vehicles are on sale now through Saturday at Ellerding Motorsports, US 30 East between Fort Wayne and New Haven.
You want me to go in for you?
5:49 left. The Komets have to choke off yet another San Diego power play. Larry Floyd wraps it into the Komet zone, goes all the way around the goal, and Jean-Marc Richard flips it high into the air and clears it all the way into the San Diego end. Gulls have outshot the Komets 37-24, but again, the story has been Pokey Reddick. Now DeGray leaves it for Arneal. Arneal turns it back out high. Now to McDonough. Again, great defense by the Komets in their own end. DeGray stops it with the foot. Larry Floyd takes it back out high again. Great box defense by the Komets. Floyd tees it up, lets the low shot fly, tipped but blocked. Now Wilkie chases Floyd. Wilkie with the dive but can't quite clear. Behind the net, it's Hubie McDonough. 5 minutes to play in the game. Lee Davidson flips it into the crowd, and there'll be a face-off in the Komet zone.
Everywhere on the ice, Ken, it just seems like throughout the series we've just had them by half a step. You know, I'm not sure if they're a bit tired or our quickness is really paying off. We have obviously a little bit of a smaller team in our forwards, but really quick players, and especially when we're killing penalties, our quickness has really hurt them.
4:56 remaining in the game. 1:07 left in the Gulls power play. 5-1 Komets. Ken Hodge on the face-off against Pete Hankinson. Hank wins the draw. Lusick pulled down off the play. And again, the Komets again with the tight checking. Chapdelaine behind the net, looking for a mate to pass to. Gulls spread it out. Now it's McSween having trouble controlling. Goes into the corner. Richardson bumps Chapdelaine. Now Lusick goes in. They try and dig it out. It's Lambert. Ruff fakes the shot, now back into the corner, behind the goal. Here come the Gulls. Pass attempted for McSween, it's too strong, and here comes Ian Boyce. Boyce one-on-one. Boyce with Lindy Ruff. Now Boyce just skates it back, takes the shot from behind. Boyce just leaves it in the zone again, trying to take care of some of that penalty time. 20 seconds remain in the Gull power play. Quick pass too strong off of Lambert's skate. Smith slips the check of Hodge. Lambert, oh, Chapdelaine was eyeing it, but Davidson poked it away. Now a quick shot in the slot, and there'll be another penalty.
Well, that's a big penalty for them.
Looks like an elbowing penalty. It'll be Lambert. Less than 4 minutes to play. Bobby, I know you want to get down and get ready for the celebration. Here's the penalty.
Okay, Davidson made a great play in the corner, and Lambert just ran and tried to finish his check, which is a good play, but he got his elbow up right off his head, and the referee was right there to make the call.
Less than 4 minutes to go. Bobby J, you're going downstairs to be part of the celebration. You won't admit it yet, but there's going to be a celebration. We'll talk to you downstairs. Thanks for doing a great job.
Thanks for having me, Kent. You know, I wish I was on the ice, but other than that, this is the best place to be. I appreciate it.
Congratulations. I can't wait to see that ring. Great job.
Thank you very much.
Comet defenseman Bobby J, and we'll hear more from him when we see him as part of the Turner Cup celebration in less than 4 minutes. Everybody gathering behind the Comet goal. We see the Franke family down there. Three and a half minutes to the Turner Cup for the Fort Wayne Komets. The crowd chanting sweep, and they can feel it. The Komets working the power play, but not really worried about more goals at this point. They just dump it into the zone. Here come the Gulls. Cernich to center ice. Now a quick pass, Arneal. Arneal in the slot. Oh, Cernich couldn't quite finish. That was a tester. Brule takes the heavy hit. Now Ferner being chased down. Intercepted by Willett. Willett breaks in. Willett with the backhander. Great save, Malarchuk. Willett hauled down into the goal. On they play. Now at the point, it's Richardson. And there's a whistle on the play. Stoppage of play. 3 minutes left in the match. 5-1 Komets. You're watching the Turner Cup Finals on TV 33.
Well, we pride ourselves in our people.
Well, some of these people have been together over 20 years, so we've been together a long time.
But without a customer, we're nothing. So the customer is the boss. That's it in a nutshell.
Krumpak Simon Chevrolet Geo. Come talk to us.
Off the draw, Dave Smith, the quick shot off the foot, and it's a rebound score! Igor Chibarev! There's nothing left to say. Igor Chibarev, his second goal of the game. He's the leading scorer in the Turner Cup playoffs. Again, a great play.
Before we announce the goal scorer, this request is coming from the Comet bench.
The ice was littered with debris, confetti, other paraphernalia. The fans went nuts. They're getting a little bit of a lecture now from public address announcer Jim Amstutz.
Players and the coaches of the
Brooms have come on the ice. What a great play by Chibarev. Igor picks up the rebound right in the slot. Malarchuk's stick was broken on the play. There it is, wide open net. Igor Chibarev. His 7th goal of the playoffs, 20th point. 17:03, the time of the goal, the assist to Dave Smith, and it's 6-1 Komets. 2 minutes, 57 seconds remain in the match. And these fans can feel it. 20 years ago, 1972-73, the Fort Wayne Komets last won the Turner Cup. And again, more San Diego frustration. It looks like Lindy Ruff will pick up either an unsportsmanlike or a misconduct or maybe the gate. It doesn't much matter now. Well, he's pointing at me, I think, and I'll just wave back. Well, Lindy Ruff going out with absolutely no class.
Number 3, Lindy Ruff.
Absolutely no class. And I guess the only reply is, what time's your tea time, pal? Absolutely no class whatsoever. And again, that gives this final a bit of a black eye. The San Diego Gulls were the class of the league during the season. It's shaping up now to be a situation where they're great guys when they win, but have it pretty tough to take when they lose. Well, this is embarrassing to show on television, and what's even more embarrassing is San Diego is picking up a split feed of this. It's going back to San Diego and all over North America, and anybody with a satellite can see this mess. Hopefully the game picked up on ESPN for some highlights to see the Komets complete the sweep. But it's just a shame that San Diego cannot go out with any more class. A few years back, Scotty Gruhl was a member of the then Muskegon Lumberjacks. When they swept the Komets out of the playoffs, the Komets gave it everything they had, but they were taken out in 4 straight, and they at least showed some class and some sportsmanship when they were beaten by a better club. It just goes to show that the Komets have a ton of heart. Now it's really coming unglued. Rick Dudley's thrown out of the game. Well, let's just hope lip readers aren't at home checking out that shot. This is becoming an ugly mess. And it really is a shame. Because the bottom line is the San Diego Gulls, a very talented hockey team. But it just boils down to where they are falling victim to a buzzsaw. In fact, you wonder if that's a Komet on their chest or it is an orange and black buzzsaw. This team would flat out not be denied. Let's just see if we're going to get a whole team picture of misconduct for San Diego. Steve Walcom is taking absolutely no guff. And you have to wonder at this point if there'll be any San Diego players left to shake hands after this one's over. The wheels have completely come off for the San Diego Gulls. 2:57 remain in the match. 6-1 Komets. They are about to complete a storied sweep through these Turner Cup playoffs. They were expected to beat Cleveland because, after all, the Komets won their division, but they and the Lumberjacks have always had some tussles, and it wasn't expected to be easy, but the Komets swept through the Cleveland Lumberjacks. They had to start the series in Atlanta. They were the underdogs against the Knights. Could they beat the Atlanta Knights, a very talented team that reeled off over 50 victories in the season? The Komets went into Atlanta and took 2 from the Knights there, and then swept the Knights out of the playoffs with 2 victories at the Coliseum. And then in their path stood the San Diego Gulls, a team they really couldn't come close to during regular season play. Quite frankly, they were intimidated by San Diego. Their NHL experience, their high payroll. They lost 5 games to the Gulls in the regular season and looked a little timid doing it. But these Turner Cup playoffs illustrate why indeed they call it the second season. And this Komet Hockey Club will perhaps go down in history as one of the greatest, if not the greatest, as far as heart and character. There was a team of 20 years ago of Irons and Pembroke and Puritan, Fitchner, Sharametta, Rychuk, Ego. Those great teams of the 60s, Long, Thornton, Goodwin, Lionel Repka. But these guys, a mixture of youth and experience. There's a drive-by to Gray. That goes wide. The heart and soul of Kevin McDonald, Kerry Lusick. The experience and the veteran leadership of guys like Colin Chin and Scotty Gruhl. The hustle of Ian Boyce, Peter Hankinson. Listen to the crowd. Grant Richardson carries the puck for the Komets. Now Dave Smith just over center ice and dumps it in. 2 minutes to the Turner Cup. I've been a Komet fan since 1968. I know there's one man who's watching this from the best seat in the house right now, a man who's meant so much to me and my influence of being a hockey player and fan. Bud Gallmeyer, the outstanding writer for the News Sentinel, who made hockey such a joy for me. I know Bud is watching this game right now and loving every minute of it in that great seat upstairs. Another guy who's seen it all, Bob Chase. Just a few doors down from me, he and Robbie Irons, who's the only remaining member of the last Turner Cup winners living in town. What excitement they must be feeling. I know my old coach with the junior team, Eddie Long, is here. Bobby J was choked with emotion. He wanted to go down early. Pokey Reddick again kicks out another shot. Every person in this building is on their feet. Kevin McDonald behind the goal. 1 minute to the Turner Cup. Flip the length of the rink. There'll be no icing on the play. The Komets are about to make hockey history. A sweep of Cleveland. A sweep of Atlanta. And now the supposedly invincible San Diego Gulls. And all along, they wanted to prove you can't buy a Turner Cup, but you sure can work for it. 10 seconds to the Turner Cup. The Komets win the cup. The Komets win the cup. Oh my God, the Fort Wayne Komets have won the Turner Cup. Look at the team, Pokey Reddick. Unbelievable, the Komets have won the cup. Look at this crowd. Somewhere under that sea of people is Pokey Reddick, who undoubtedly will be the game's most valuable player. The Komets are trying to have a little bit of semblance here, but it's unbelievable. The celebration begins. Pokey Reddick being hoisted up by the team. He'll be the game's most valuable player. The bell has tolled 12 times. The Komets have swept the Turner Cup. We're heading downstairs right now to join the team celebration on the ice. What
Ladies and gentlemen, before we begin our celebration, we would like to thank the San Diego Gulls for being such a great...
Well, it was a hard-fought series. You're seeing the traditional handshakes at center ice. Just an amazing job by Pokey Reddick. An amazing job by Pokey Reddick.
You
better come in and celebrate with me.
What a moment for the Fort Wayne Komets. We've got Guy Dupuis right here. Guy, you had to come back from that shot to the schnoz. You get your chance to play when Bobby J goes down. What's the feeling right now?
Oh, it's just a great feeling, you know. It was a great commitment right from the start of the playoffs. 12 games in a row. You guys were on a roll, you know. We couldn't just stop it. We could have put anybody in the lineup. We would have done the job, you know. It could have been Corey Kosher, it could have been Steve Wilson. Anybody in the lineup was doing the job. It was just a great commitment and a great job.
Guy, congratulations. Super job. Well, as you can see, everybody hugging each other out here. Kelly Hurd had an outstanding playoff. Kelly, how does it feel?
Oh, it's great. I mean, you can't describe. Just look around and see the atmosphere. It's incredible.
Dave Gagnon, who probably made one of the single biggest saves of his life to hold that 3-2 victory, and Pokey was hurt against Atlanta. Gags, you didn't get a chance to play much, but you were a big part of this hockey club.
Oh my God, he's just phenomenal. Unbelievable in the nets. He's great.
Congratulations, guys. I know they'll be celebrating long into the night. Here's Dave Smith. What a job Smitty did. Started the season with the Komets, spent some time with Dayton, back up for the playoffs. Tremendous effort.
Oh, it's awesome. I mean, I don't know what to do. What do I do? I hug enough people. I hugged everybody. I'll do it again.
Dave, it was such a tough series, but again, you guys took everything they could hand you. You turned the other cheek. Every time you had to get the job done, you did it.
Fuck yeah. I don't know. I guess I'm not supposed to swear on here. I don't know what to say. Scotty got it. Scotty had the turning point right there, TSN turning point.
Scotty Gruel, what a way to go out. Unbelievable. I've watched you play in this league for 12 years. Could you have written a better script?
No, I really couldn't. I can't believe it. It's just unbelievable. Who'd have thought we'd have swept. And Pokey, for right from him right on out. I've been here, this is my 4th cup, and it gets better and better every time, believe me. You're the first media guy I met in town, and this is unbelievable, I tell you. This is great.
I'll tell you something, because it was about a year ago, probably one of the low points of your career, sitting next to me in the box when Kalamazoo knocked you out. Now you're ending your career. What style?
There's nothing left. There's nothing left. I don't know what else to say.
Congratulations, Scotty. Great job. We're going to try and get Pokey Reddick. Pokey. Here is the man of the hour, Pokey Reddick, who stopped everything but the kitchen sink in these Turner Cup playoffs. Pokey, what else is there to say? An incredible series.
I thought everybody played well. We know what we had to do to win, and we came out and just focused, and we worked hard all the way through, and that's what we wanted to do.
You know, you've been on a Stanley Cup winner in Edmonton. Have you ever played like this in your life? I mean, just astounding. Everybody in North America now knows about Pokey Reddick, and I'm sure you have a bright future, but for 12 consecutive games, invincible.
I just wanted to play hard. It's a playoffs. I know a lot of people are watching. I just want to have a good playoffs. I can't thank my wife and my son who have been behind me the whole way, and some friends I've had, like the Tawawis. It's been phenomenal. They've been behind me the whole time. I can't appreciate it. You know, it's just unbelievable.
You know, you face the most pressure. What's the cup mean to you?
It means I completed my goal that I set for the middle of the year, and I think we all did. We worked hard, and the biggest thing is to come out a winner. We are a winner this time.
Pokey, great job. Probably one of the greatest efforts of goaltending I've ever seen in history. Best of luck, pal. Super job.
Thanks a lot.
Well, there is obviously the most valuable player of these Turner Cup playoffs, Pokey Reddick. We've got one of the Komet owners, general manager David Franke. You guys set yourselves the goal 3 years ago when you took over this hockey club. The dream comes true, and awfully soon, just 3 years.
It's unbelievable. What a feeling. All day today, I was so emotional. I thought about my mom. I thought about the players that were here 3 years ago. And now we're the Turner Cup champions after 20 years, and it's great. Baby, it is great.
Congratulations, David.
Thank you.
Yep. Hey, here's one of the other Franke brothers who put together this marvelous organization. Michael, we've known each other for quite a while. What else is there to say?
Hey, it's a dream for both of us, isn't it? You've had a dream here. We've had a dream. It's finally been accomplished. These guys have just played tremendous hockey for the last 8 weeks. I can't believe it. And I want to thank my mom who's looking down on us.
You know, I talked about that a little earlier. There's another guy who was looking down on us, too. One of the great contributors to Komet hockey in history, Bud Gallmeyer.
Bud Gallmeyer.
They're probably sharing the same box.
Absolutely. Right now, they're toasting the Fort Wayne Komets.
Well, I'm sure there'll be a lot of toasting to the Fort Wayne Komets. Michael, congratulations.
Thank you,
great
Ken.
job. Well, just an unbelievable moment here at Memorial Coliseum. Let's go over this way. We're about to have the Turner Cup presentation. First of all, there'll be the Poyle Award presented to the most valuable player of the Turner Cup playoffs, and guess who that's going to be?
The winner this year is nobody else but Eldon Pokey Reddick.
Pokey Reddick, the most valuable player of these Turner Cup playoffs. Just an incredible job. He came into tonight with an almost 95% save percentage, and all he did was go out and let in 1 goal, 40 saves. And how can you up a 95% save percentage? Pokey Reddick did it.
And now we have the acting captain, Kevin McDonald.
And now the moment many of us have been waiting for 20 long years.
And the captain,
Colin Chin, who had to miss the finals with a dislocated wrist, and the guy who took over wearing the C, Kevin McDonald, along with Ian Boyce and Kerry Lusick, will receive that cherished cup. After 20 long seasons, Mr. Turner is back home. Great moment, Tom Barry pointing out how the Franke organization saved hockey in Fort Wayne 3 years ago. So this tremendous tradition in this city could continue. And the fans returned that faith in kind. Tremendous support by these Komet fans. 24 sellouts during the regular season. What a tremendous sports community this city has become, and especially as far as supporting the Fort Wayne Komets. And here we go. A few weeks ago it seemed so far away, but now it is here. The Turner Cup is in the hands of the Fort Wayne Komets. The cup is the Komets. The first bottle of bubbly is out, and it's found the head of Al Sims. Champagne is flowing at the Coliseum. The Komets have won the Turner Cup. And here we go, the traditional skate. Kevin McDonald, who came over and provided tremendous leadership, raw guts. Scotty Gruel has the cup. He's held it hot before. What a moment for Scott Gruel. Of a brilliant career. Kelly Hurd, what a job he did. Gives it a hug like he'd never let it go. One of the Komet favorites, Ian Boyce, kissing the cup. Paul Willett, 7 big goals in this series, starting out with the hat trick in Game 1 in San Diego. Guy Dupuis. Lee Davidson made up that tremendous line with Hankinson and Boyce. The hustle line. Steve Fletcher hoists the cup high. And now Grant Richardson. What a moment in Komet history. Joel Savage, who became such a force in front of the Komet goal. Bob Wilkie rejoined the team for the playoffs after playing with Adirondack. And also some with Hershey. Peter Hankinson. Hank started the season in San Diego. And now he's hoisting the Turner Cup in Fort Wayne. And another guy who started out with the Gulls, Jean-Marc Richard. That perhaps the trade that made this team what it was. Igor Chivarev, and the crowd loves it. Igor, 7 big goals in the playoffs. And as you heard from Kevin Maxwell, the Hartford scout between periods, the Whalers would love to have him. And now Pokey Reddick. Pokey shows off the Turner Cup that he most richly deserves.
It's the new identity on top of the world.
just take it all in. There's Steve Wilson. Hey, is he going to have a day tomorrow? He's getting married tomorrow. And now the Komets are starting to head for the locker room so they can continue the celebration. We've got Coach Al Sims with us. Coach Al Sims. Al, we talked before the game, and it still seemed awfully far away. Now it's here, and you put together this organization.
Unbelievable, Kent. I'm drenched in champagne. I feel great, and it's just the pinnacle of anything we've ever done. It's just a great feeling. I was here 4 years, and I'm just glad I got the job done.
Well, and you did get the job done. Again, you put together a great hockey club. I've never seen a team, again, so focused, so dedicated to accomplishing a mission.
Discipline was a big key, and you saw San Diego lost it again tonight. Our team kept their composure all night, just like we did all 11 games, 12 games, and just an incredible ride.
Al is 12-0. Now you can drink some champagne and just enjoy the moment.
Can't wait, Kent. Thanks, buddy. All right.
Komets coach Al Sims. The K's have won the cup. We'll be back from the Coliseum. Stay with us.
Superior Auto, where zero down delivers. When other car dealers have turned you down, turn to the auto dealer you can count on. Superior Auto, Northeast Indiana's largest used car dealer, can put you in the car you want at a price you can't afford. Simple financing, same-day credit approval, 4 easy payment plans available, and zero down can deliver you a hassle-free Superior used car deal. Buy today, drive today, only at Superior Auto, where zero down delivers. Fort Wayne, Angola, Decatur, Kendallville, Kokomo, and Warsaw.
You'd like to air condition your home, but you have no ductwork. A Unico system and Duct Dancer solves the problem. Unico air conditioning systems are perfect for homes with electric, hot water, or steam heat, and can easily be installed with virtually no changes to your home. All you see are a few 2-inch air outlets in your ceiling, but what you feel is total comfort of cool, dry, draft-free air. Call Duct Dancer in Fort Wayne, Decatur, and Huntington for a no-cost analysis of your requirements.
With my job, I need to look fashionable. But where can I go for the best in contemporary eyewear?
Cunningham Optical One.
I need new eyeglasses, and I need them now. Where can I go to find the best service and the lowest price?
Cunningham Optical One.
You know, coupons and buy one, get one free deals really end up costing more. Where can I go for eyeglasses and get the best value every day?
Cunningham Optical One, Coldwater Road, Covington Plaza, and in Warsaw.
Back at the Coliseum, the Komets have won their 4th Turner Cup, first in 20 years. They completed the sweep. Bobby J, you didn't want to admit it till now. Now you're a champion.
Hey, we're #1, that's for sure. We couldn't be happier about it. You know, it's an old adage, just don't jinx yourselves. You know that. I was giving you a hard time about it, but right now I can say we're #1 and we deserve it.
Bobby, it's been great working with you. I'm sorry you couldn't be on the ice in uniform, but you did a great job for us, and you're every bit the champion. Can't wait to see your ring.
Well, thanks a lot, Kent. It was a pleasure to do it with you, but I feel I'm more at home down here on the ice. But thanks a lot, and it was my pleasure to join you.
Folks, it's been an outstanding run by the Fort Wayne Komets. 12 straight wins. You can't do better than that. They complete the sweep. The Komets have the Turner Cup, and the party has begun. It'll probably last, until maybe about August. But it won't be long before the Frankies already start thinking about next season. The packed house is still here. They are ready to party. They're ready to celebrate. We'll have more coming up on 33 News, 10 at 10, or I guess I should say 10 at 11:20. The Komets have won the Turner Cup. For Bobby J, I'm Ken Horman. Final score, the Komets win the Turner Cup 6-1. Thanks for joining us. This has been a TV33 Sports Exclusive.
You've been watching coverage of the International Hockey League Turner Cup Finals, an exclusive live presentation of 33 Sports, the area leader in television sports for 40 years.